set, hut, hut.
As the hills of West Virginia resound with the sound of gold and blue football.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Now let's bring on the Mountaineers. Goes around about the 50, the 10, the 5. A touchdown, West Virginia. He did it.
He did it. Patrick White. Touchdown, Tavon Austin.
The Don Nehlen's Mountaineers enjoy walking in where angels fear to tread.
I think you think that these guys are going to fall over dead for you. Well, I got news for you. They're going to punch you right in the mouth. It's Mountaineer pride!
Nothing cheap, nothing dirty, but West Virginia football. West Virginia football.
We've no doubt tonight they shouldn't have played the old Golden Boot. Not this night!
They've done it. They've done it. A perfect season. And the Mountaineers, for the first time in history, undefeated and untied.
Don Nehlen and his Mountaineers, for the second time, have finished a regular season with an unblemished mark.
Ain't no stopping the gold and blue.
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Welcome back into another game watch party here on the Country Roads webcast. Fashionably late, as we warned that we would be, but here just in time to take in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl with you. Hopefully you guys are already tuned into ESPN. We're tuned in now as well. Both teams had a possession. Mountaineers just got the ball back. C.J. Donaldson runs for 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6, coming up on 9 minutes to go. Still 0-0 here in the first quarter, but appreciate everybody that's in here live, man, and I hope you guys throw some of your thoughts as the game develops and all that. We'll try and talk a little bit. Got Steven with me. What's going on, Steven?
Hope we can get the offense rolling. Now you can hear
now
me.
you are.
My fault.
Now I can hear you.
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
I was hearing him. You guys couldn't hear him. We're in the same room, but
Said hopefully we can get the offense rolling.
yeah, hopefully something gets going here.
On either side of the ball, it don't seem like, but luckily neither are they.
Get a first down at least. Hey, but you guys can. The good thing about this last game, end of an era, just kind of chill, relax, hopefully have some fun with it. I mean, you can tell that I'm not too stressed or anything because you guys, I'm actually sitting down. Doesn't that blow your damn minds? But we're just relaxing, watching a little Frisco Bowl action. I had to get some coffee.
I don't know. I'm hoping to send these guys out on a good note. Some of these seniors, I'm repping GG on the jersey and on the hat. Got the GG hat.
GG misses Huddy on a slant on 3rd and 2. West Virginia's going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. I'm surprised we went to the air on 3rd and 2 right there. Memphis is known to have a good run defense, so I think they're top 10 in the country. A little bit high there. I mean, Hudson had some inside position.
Fundamentally, Huddy should have caught that.
Yeah. He had he made him, he got inside the guy, he had the right position. Looked like we were going to convert it.
Yeah.
Throw could have been a little bit better too. Oh, did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see Mike Vick?
Yeah, Norfolk State.
Norfolk State, yeah, crazy.
That's crazy.
Norfolk
State.
He
right?
makes the punt returner makes the first man miss. He's got a little room. Gets a good return. They're going to start off on West Virginia's 45 here for their second possession. We're about right at halfway through the first, guys. Now, Jaheim was in there earlier, WVU fan 13, I heard, but I don't know. Like I said, we just now popped in, but on the radio, I heard Caridi say Jaheim got a carry earlier.
Absolutely. Timothy Green said, I want to win every game we play. Yeah, absolutely. Same.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
Same.
That's a fact. Scooters Coffee. Never heard of it until this bowl game. And here's a commercial for it. I did have to make me a cup, though. I mean, in honor of the coffee bowl, you have to have some coffee. I felt like it was only right.
I would imagine it's got to be at least decent coffee if it's this famous, Scooters Coffee.
I'm guessing it's just like Texas-based or something. That's probably why I've never heard of it.
Just like I never had Duke's Mayo last year until we played in the bowl game. Then I tried it after the bowl game.
Oh, the Dukes?
I'll probably try Scooters Coffee now. especially if we win.
The Duke's Mayo, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, if you win, then you really want to rep it. UNC lost again. They're 6-5, man. Rough start for the UNC b-ball team.
Ooh. Nathan Scott said, what's your all's thoughts on Neil Brown to Wake Forest? I hadn't heard any.
Oh, yeah, it's a possibility.
On that.
It's a possibility, I heard.
I
don't know how much one, but
I hope that Neil lands a pretty decent job. I've said it often. I wish him nothing but success in the future. I have no ill will towards Neil Brown whatsoever.
Well, and I wouldn't be mad if he ended up at Wake Forest either, because that's they're going to pay more than like the UMass or Charlotte or anyone would have paid him, and that means that'll take the buyout down a little bit for WVU. That negates, whatever he gets a little bit, offsets it. So
yeah,
trying to see.
I didn't mind the Neil Brown to Jacksonville State. That kind of
that would be
a little bit more traction than I thought it would have.
Straight up, just traded coaches.
I mean, I know Neil Brown wasn't successful at West Virginia, and unfortunately, that's the one thing that matters at that level of college football is winning games, and he just didn't do that. Other than that, I mean, he's everything you want in a football coach, and I'm just mad that he didn't win games. I think it'll work out best for everybody involved. I think that it's in the long run going to be best for Rich Rodriguez to be back at West Virginia. I think everybody, is excited about that. But otherwise, I think Neil Brown's going to find a good place and have success. I think he'll have more success other than just at Troy.
Yeah, he'll get it rolling wherever he finds a place that he fits. I think that's what it's all about more than anything. Like I said, I think he can be a good coach. It just wasn't a fit. West Virginia.
Forget about what Dana left him with here too.
True.
I mean, he didn't get put into the best situation. He built us into, what he could while he was here, in my opinion.
Well, I think West Virginia is also just a job, and I think Ren Baker said it as well, that it's really just about the fit. And if the fit doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and you got to be able to fit to win at West Virginia. But yeah, I mean, at least everything's in a great place now. Facilities, everything's awesome. All right, 1st and 10 for the Memphis Tigers. They got a 2-back set. Brought the tight end in motion. They're going to run it. Cutback run.
Space, going to have a first down.
Anderson's tough, man. That's about 12-yard gain right there to start the drive. What's he got, Steven? You got the stats over there. Was it 17? Is it 17 touchdowns he had in their regular season? So
I don't have them, but give me just a second, and I will have them. Give me just a second.
Something like that. Something ridiculous. I know it was more than like 12, so it was like literally more than one a game. And a ton of yards, too.
Let's see.
Dang, that looked like a false start. They go back to him. This time, West Virginia is a little bit more prepared, only gets 2 yards.
All right, who do you want me to look up the stats for, buddy?
Look up that stats of that Memphis running back, Mario Anderson.
Okay.
I think he had I know he had over 1,000. He had
1292, yeah.
How many touchdowns in 12 games did he have rushing?
Touchdowns, he had 17 of them.
17 rushing touchdowns in 12 games. That's crazy. I knew it was something ridiculous. And their QB is the all-time leading passer in the AAC, 14,000 yards right there you see on the screen. Little dump off, makes 2 men miss, and tackled from behind. Is that Redwood? I saw any Redwood look like he got him. Set up a 3rd down, but 3rd and short. Should have had him, right there near the line of scrimmage. A couple missed tackles there for the Mountaineers. 6 minutes to go in the first. 3rd and 4 for Memphis. They're on the cusp of field goal range. I don't know if they'd be able to be a long one. Now they could kick that. They'd kick that. I thought they were further back. Yeah, they're all the way up to the 27 now. See if they go back. Yep, going back to the ground. Nope. QB pulls it on his own read, and he's got all kinds of space. He about scored.
If he could have walked a little bit tighter tighter of a rope, he would have even gotten
Yeah.
a touchdown
He
there.
never got to,
Oh, Lord.
just barely stepped out. I couldn't tell, but maybe about the 3 or 4 yard line. Depends where they spot it, but run a little zone read. Tyron Bradley, chase the running back. Nobody home for the QB as he pulls it and about gets into the end zone. Nice little fake at the end as well. Memphis looking to take the lead here. 1st and goal.
Yeah, that quarterback too. He's been pretty darn good this season too. He's got over 3,200 passing yards and 23 touchdowns for only 6 interceptions.
23 versus 6 is great.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, shovel pass to Anderson.
Touchdown, Memphis.
There's another touchdown for Anderson. That one's a receiving touchdown for him on a little shovel pass. They kind of designed it out like it was going to be a sprint out for the QB, but instead turns around, shovels it inside to the running back, Mario Anderson, gets in, 4-yard touchdown pass. Memphis jumps out to the lead here, about to go up 7-0, pinning the extra point with 5 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, and what you hate most about that drive is if you're West Virginia's defense, what you've prided yourself a little bit on that side of the ball anyway, most of the season is your ability to be able to stop the run, and they could not do that at all.
2 big runs, one from Anderson to start the drive, and then kind of bookended it with the QB right there. Beat the fake and nobody home, and that hurt you on 3rd down.
Yep, which we kind of expected that coming into this game. This was a really high-powered Memphis offense. They've been very successful all season. I didn't see any reason to believe that they wouldn't be successful against us. So hopefully West Virginia can just make adjustments. We'll see how Chad Scott responds.
Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. A couple possessions and nothing doing. I don't think we've gotten a 1st down. And, well, I believe it was 3 drives Chad Scott said they scripted, so it's about to be the 3rd drive time they've had the ball. That somersault's pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to keep muting my mic, guys. Crew shoved a plate of food in my face and was like, let's go do a podcast.
Summer sausage and cheese, man. Can't go wrong.
I mean, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
2 3 and outs. That's what I thought, WVU fan 13.
I agree with you, Sean Murray. He said we haven't made adjustments all game or all season in any of the games.
Hell, not through that whole Neil Brown era, really.
Yeah. Which is what I touched on that a few times over the past few seasons. I think that was his biggest weakness, I guess you could say, as a coach, was his lack of adjustments.
I would agree with that. I think that Neil Brown, to me, at WVU at least, was a really good coach Sunday to Friday. On Saturdays.
And then on Saturday when game day hits.
That's a different story. And that's kind of what matters
most. Is that
most.
true? They have Traylon in the stands? Why
would he be in the stands?
I don't know why. Unless that was his own choice. I can't imagine they would make him do that. Maybe you wanted to sit down.
I don't know. That's weird. Rich Rod there scouting it though, guys. That's all right. That's all right. He's gonna find the hard edge.
Traylon's entered the portal and he's just there supporting.
I hope not, man. I hope he wouldn't enter the portal with coming off that leg injury.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep him.
I just can't help but believe that, there's going to be more than a few shocking
there's going to be a lot.
Enter the portal out of all of this. That's really the biggest negative out of it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot.
Neil Brown at the tailgate.
Was Neil Brown at the tailgate? That's funny. That's good. That's good stuff. Oh, Neil Breezy. 20 total touchdowns this season for that man.
Hey, you know who else has a Neil Breezy shirt?
Who? Who's that?
Your boy Cruz.
I should have worn mine too. It seems like that was everybody else was wearing theirs today. So I do got it up in the closet.
I mean, to be real, guys,
commemorative.
If anything, other than the lack of success on the football field, Neil Brown, I mean, I think any Mountaineer fan should be happy with Neil Brown and like root for him moving forward. He did nothing but help us. Just speaking about how Dana left us, with the cupboard bare, so to speak, hardly any recruits coming in that Neil really could have used. He had to go out there and get his own guys, so it took a few kind of seasons to get up and run into what even we made it to. And then you move forward to this, and you fire Neil Brown, and then a few days later you have National Signing Day where West Virginia has what I considered to be a very successful recruiting class.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for after losing a coach.
And a large part of that was because Neil Brown helped retain all of those guys and helped still recruit those guys to West Virginia. And I don't know if that doesn't speak to the man's character, I don't know what does. I mean, you just can't say enough about something like that. Rodney Gallagher.
Oh, Gallagher. Let's go. Good start to the drive. 3-yard run for Jaheim White, and then Gallagher with about a 6-yard reception should set up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 or less for WVU here. I know somebody was asking about Jaheim. Yeah, he is. He's out there. He's been out there a couple times. And back out there with the carry, and then hit Rodney on a little bubble screen. 3rd and 1. See if they can convert this time. Get the first down of the game right here.
You got to hope that Chad's going to run it this time instead of throwing the ball like he did on 3rd and 2 the last drive. There you go.
Yeah, that's scary. Give it to big man CJ. Let him get it.
He hesitated too.
Yeah.
I hope they still give it to him, but he hesitated.
He got it.
He would have got a little bit more.
He put that shoulder down at the end. CJ with the conversion run. Somebody was down. Traylon Davis was down. That's why he had to jump over Traylon.
Oh.
Gets the yard. So up to the 36 now, West Virginia with their first down of the game. Fresh set of downs. Play action. Green dumps it off.
All right,
good job, CJ. CJ picks up about 6 there.
I'm a fan of the helmets with the state outline on them, but there's something clean about that look. I love that with the flying WV on it.
Yeah, I mean that's the classic, right? That's the first time we've seen them with it on.
I truly hope we see that. Whether it's the white and the gold with it, but I hope we see the blue glossy helmets.
Yeah, you got to get the glossy helmets back now too, man. Got to. Cole Taylor in motion. It's outside zone to CJ. He fumbled. CJ lost the football. And Memphis has got it. Is that the second fumble he's had this game? Because was he the one that fumbled on that first possession? I was listening on the radio. Couldn't remember who it was. I believe it was CJ.
Well, and who fumbled the opening kickoff?
No, I think that was our first play from scrimmage. And CJ fumbled it and then just fumbled this one.
Oh, it was. It wasn't.
Yeah. That was on the first play from scrimmage, I believe. Yep, second fumble, WVU fan 13 says. That's what I thought. Thought it was both CJ. Yeah, maybe time to ride Jaheim out now. I mean, Jaheim had to ride the bench when he was fumbling earlier in the year, so CJ's had 2 in one game. I mean, something's going on there. All right, Memphis with the ball, good field position now. Looked like West Virginia maybe was going to finally get something going offensively, but nope. Pump fake for the QB. And he's looking to go deep.
That's good coverage.
Nothing there.
Overthrown also.
2nd and 10. Flag down. See what the call is.
Where was it thrown?
That's what I was wondering. That must have been a late flag. Okay. Picked it up.
Okay.
2nd and 10 still. Incompletion. We got about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter, guys. Memphis up 7-0. Already deep in West Virginia territory now after the C.J. Donaldson fumble. Memphis this year just done a great job forcing turnovers. They're plus 17 in turnover margin on the year, second best in the nation. And we know West Virginia's had problems with turnover margin in the Neil Brown era as well. Hennigan dropping. He's going to run again. This time he'll only get about 3. Be about 3rd and 7 for Memphis. Good coverage by the Mountaineers there. He didn't have anywhere to go. Got to give them their props on that at least. That's rare. Oh, he did have somewhere to go. He just didn't see him, luckily. Because that man on that post was wide open.
Yep. Yeah, he was.
Third and 7. Memphis going to drop it off to the running back. Nobody picked up the running back out of the backfield
anymore. Going to get down about the 20, 15-yard line. It depends on where they mark him out.
It'll put him in the red zone, I believe. That's 20-some yard gain there on 3rd and 7. Just the running back slipping out of the backfield and no one picking him up. No one. I could have got that first down. That's how wide open he was. Hennigan on a screen pass.
It's a way to shut that play down.
Garnett Halls tackles him right.
Very good defensive play for the Mountaineers.
Garnett Hollis with the tackle there.
See, I think that's the sad thing, Sean, is I think that they are blitzing. They're just getting no pressure. That's because they're rushing 4, and a lot of times they'll leak one of those linebackers through and try to blitz him too, and they cannot seem to get pressure on them.
Hey, good run defense there.
Do a good job of shutting this running game down, though.
Yeah, did a good job run defense past couple runs. With the exception, of course, being that QB that got loose a little bit ago, but good job there. 2-yard gain, forcing 3rd and 8. And it'll be the final play of the first quarter here on this 3rd and 8. Got the Frisco Bowl patch on the jerseys. West Virginia making a late sub here. Play clock down under 5. 3rd and 8 for Memphis. Empty backfield. QB's going to throw it. Nothing. Incompletion.
Don't throw that.
No markers. It'll be a field goal attempt for Memphis to start the second quarter. 4th and 8. I will take
his defense. I think that's a win. Yeah, you consider that a win.
Steven, I'll let you drink for a second. We'll take a bathroom break, brother.
Go ahead, man. Go right ahead. We got old Pat McAfee on the broadcast now showing Rich Rod highlights from back in 2006 on the Sugar Bowl. I'll tell you what, guys, I've been going through every YouTube video I can possibly find of the old Rich Rod days. Been creating a few playlists and just watching all the old games and living in all the nostalgia. And I don't know if we'll be able to replicate what we did back then. I know that the numbers say that it's almost impossible to be able to win as much as we did back then, but I don't know. I don't really know if you need to. I think you win enough. If you win 9, 10 games a season, it's good enough in the Big 12 to probably put you in the CFP most seasons. So with the way the college football has changed, I think that it's a positive on a lot of different levels of Rich Rod's back. Oh, your dad says they're supposed to interview Rich Rod.
Oh, awesome.
That's awesome.
Might have to turn the sound on for that one. And as is always the case, guys, halftime, we'll take a little break. If anybody comes in, let them know. We'll be right back. We'll try and throw a banner up and stuff, but we'll take a little break at halftime, be back for the start of the second half as we're about to move into the second quarter. Memphis looking to take a double-digit lead. We'll see what happens.
Hey, they can miss it.
They could.
We
could block it.
We could block it.
We've blocked field goals before. I've seen it.
Before second quarter. Okay.
Oh,
awesome.
should be coming up here then.
Yeah, I tell you what, the only thing bad is after tonight, it's going to be a long way off.
Oh, man.
Even with the spring game in between, I think me and Cruz, we've already decided, which we go every year. I don't think it's even a question anymore, but
I'm going to tell you.
Talked about the spring game the other day already.
I'll make a prediction. I think we'll have 25,000 people at the spring game.
I think those numbers are going to be pretty accurate. It might be even more. I think the number, man, I've been waiting on West Virginia to have the kind of hype to be able to sell out that stadium for a spring game. Could you imagine?
That'd be awesome.
Would this be it, do you think? Or do you think it's going to take a year or two winning with Rich Rod and everybody buying back in?
I was about to say, if we get the hype back like we had before, like going into the season, like ranked in top 5, like that type of stuff, then you could probably see that. I think we get 25, 30 this year, though, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I've been going back and watching all these old games of Rich Rodriguez back in the day. And, we obviously we love Pat White. We love Steve Slayton. We love Owen Schmidt. But those that say that that's all that Rich Rod ever have and that he caught lightning in a bottle with those guys.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Smack in the face to Rasheed Marshall and Pac-Man Jones and Jamal Adai and KJ Harris and Quincy Wilson and all these other guys that came before. Like, Rich Rodriguez had a bunch of studs. It wasn't just those three that,
I'm gonna listen to see if they're I'm throwing these headphones on real quick.
I agree, WVU fan. That game is going to be, first of all, it's going to be a pretty expensive ticket. I'm going to mute my mic so I can listen to this interview.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We're listening to Rich's interview. We'll commentate more in a second. Rich Rod killing another interview. Rich Rod talking up the facility, saying they're committed to winning a natty, y'all. Negative run by Garrett Green will be 3rd and long for the Mountaineers. Garrett Green scrambles for 15 yards. West Virginia gets another first down on 3rd and 13. GG completes pass to Huddy for 7, sets up 3rd and 1 for WVU. Third and 1. Jaheim White comes up short. Be 4th and 1 for WVU. Still listening to Rich Rod's interview. He said we wouldn't have huddled up right there, though. I'll tell you that. We'd have had some tempo. 4th and 1 for WVU. It's play action for Green. He's looking downfield. Taylor can't catch it. It'll be a turnover on downs. All right, sorry guys. We was listening to Coach Rod's interview there. Some good stuff. I mean, one of the main things was how committed he is to win a natty. You know,
I mean, I just want to say, yeah. I mean, he has repeated that every single time he has had a camera on him or a microphone. You know,
the fact that he said that they had 60 new players at Jack State last year and they won a conference championship with 60 new players has me excited for what he can do in year 1 here. You know?
Well, I just think that if it's anything, it's a testament to how quickly you can change things in a collegiate program now. Like, you don't have to wait for the old ways were, well, you've got to wait until your system is implemented. Your guys have to learn that system. And I think that coaches have found a way to make complex systems simple or more simplistic, at least, to where the younger guys can understand them a lot easier, and have more success a lot earlier on. I think that's more what it used to be. You never see freshmen or sophomores do what they do now, and then slowly it's progressed to every single year we see at least 5 to 10 freshmen, no matter what position it is, no matter what conference or what school it is. I mean, we're always seeing freshmen or sophomores burst onto the scene more and more. And then moreover than that, you have more transfers, first-year transfers that are transferring to new schools and having success. So I just don't think that it'll take as long as what a lot of people are thinking it will to be successful for West Virginia, especially if we've got the NIL money to put in place.
That's the thing. Yep.
Like we have now. I mean, that $100,000 per pick, I mean, that's huge. I mean, if you're a DB and you hear that, I mean, I'm going out there and trying to get a pick every single play. Not that you're not already, but it gives you that extra boost.
Yep. And that's just something small. You never know what other ones are going to come along.
Yeah, I completely disagree with that play call. I think that was
Hey, did that
oh sure.
I'm just wondering, why not just run Garrett Green on either one, the third or the fourth?
Well, I mean, you've seen it in real time right there, what Rich Rodriguez's staff is going to be able to do, like kind of like more better decision making.
Yeah.
He says, well, for one, we're not going to huddle there. For two, we're going to QB sneak. Why in the world would you run these double coverage? So why are you going to throw that in the first place? If you're GG, bootleg that. I don't understand. I'm a GG fan. I'm not going to harp on the kid, but I mean, goodness gracious. You got to have better IQ than that in those types of situations, in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked when Rich was talking about it. He said, we'd go for it here. He said, but we wouldn't huddle up. I'll tell you that. He said, we'd be using some tempo.
Yeah, that's a first down play call. I agree. That's not a fourth down play call.
Oh, wide open hole. There goes the running back. He's gone.
My gosh. Gone. Touchdown Memphis.
Touchdown Memphis. Running back motioned out. Return motion. Jet sweep handoff. Out. 17-0 Memphis.
And I mean, he didn't even get touched the entire time. 46-yard rushing touchdown. You got Virginia Tech fans down there. You got Texas fans down there. They keep showing a bunch of people in the stands.
Yep. Hey, it's a Texas Tech game all over again. You know what this reminds me of is remember the Champ Sports Bowl when we played against NC State and Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I do.
And it was Coach Stu and their staff's last game because we knew Dana was coming in and stuff. It's like similar vibes to that right now.
Kind of surprising, I mean, I know that with all the factors involved, you didn't know what the team was going to come out, what kind of heart they were going to show. I expected more than this. I thought the team would at least show a little bit more heart, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You had everybody in the world talking about, how bad you are, against the pass and how they're going to come out and do that, and then the run defense is coming out and even playing this.
I mean, yeah, really, they haven't passed the ball that much. I mean, honestly, it's really been the run ball.
They're running it down our throats. I mean, we just cannot stop them. And I'm not discrediting it. I will say this again.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
They have a good. They have a great offense. I mean, they really should be playing in a better bowl than what they're playing in right now. And I'm just being honest. I mean, there's no reason that a 10-2 Memphis team should be playing a 6-6 West Virginia team in this type of a bowl game.
Yeah, they almost made the playoff.
Yeah, there you go. Good enough team to almost make the playoffs. So, and West Virginia's and what you could call, prior to 2 weeks ago, a dumpster fire of a program in a lot of ways in the football aspect of things.
So it's about to be cleaned up.
That's all right. That's all right, Dwayne. They may have lost their culture, but they're about to regain a whole different one. We're done with nice
hard edge. Hard edge, baby.
That's another thing. Rich Rodriguez in that interview, he said he said he'd like to think that he's a little bit calmer than he used to be 17 years ago when they asked him how much he has changed. Let's hope he's not that calm.
Right.
Kick these guys into gear and light a fire under them.
Well, Rich Rod's calm's probably still like a level 10.
Right. James Weekly said, trust the climb. I think we tried to, but the ladder freaking broke, dude. It was a wooden ladder, and all the steps kept breaking every time we tried to take a step.
Yep.
So
I was trying to climb and trying. I
wasn't
getting nowhere. So I'm going to spot the ball instead. Hold the rope.
He said evidently someone was slouching the other day in his meeting. Yeah.
Several of these guys look like they were.
Apparently.
Yeah, several of them, I think. They ain't got a real hard edge. They got the fake hard edge.
Tell you who wasn't slouching. I tell you who wasn't slouching and was front and center and attentive.
Nico
Markiel. That's my boy. That's my quarterback.
You think
Let's all hope. Let's all hope.
Hey,
Not that we shouldn't be excited about Khalil Wilkins and Scotty Fox and a lot of these other guys, but I'm telling you what, man, Nico has proven, even in a Neil Brown offense, like we're talking about. Nico has he's undefeated as a starter. Am I wrong?
3-0.
3-0. Undefeated as a starter, and I'm pretty sure he's won a lot more games other than that when he's had to come in and fill that role whenever Gigi's gone down. So even in Neil Brown's offense that has largely proven itself to be unsuccessful, Nico has been a dog and a winner and came in and made nothing but good plays. So let's hope.
I can't argue with you there. I can't do it.
Hey, what we got in the chat here?
Oh, well, yep. Showing some. I like that a lot of the storylines are based around Rich, at least.
I mean, like you knew that it would be.
P. Fox back to return the kick. Yeah, Rich is watching this game like I need to get a lot of new people in here. Oh, I didn't turn that back down. Touchback on the kick. Memphis up 17-0 early second quarter.
Said Nico should have started the rest of the year. I'm a GG fan, but
I'd like to see Nico get in the game. I'll tell you that much. What do you think?
Shit, I think Nico proved his hard edge when he was in high school, when he led that game-winning drive, throwing up on the ball and everything.
I hope he gets some snaps tonight.
That kid's, yeah. He proved that to me a long time ago. All right, let's see what this offense can do. 17-0. You gotta go out and make a statement.
Got to score. There's Hudson.
Hudson seems to be the only receiver that we're really trying to go to so far.
6 or 7 yard grab there. Second and 4 for WVU. They go to Jaheim. He's got room.
Right side.
Big run for Jaheim.
That's what we need right there. More of that.
Well blocked. Nobody was home on that right side. Takes it up near midfield. Now, Jaheim, he's got a hard edge. Jaheim up to 839 yards on the season. Nice.
We can get about 2 there.
Gets about, 2 more.
Yeah, James, I don't think you're going to see a lot of Wyatt tonight. If you see any of them, it's probably going to be later in the game. That injury is just, it's not worth risking.
Yeah, just playing Johnny Williams. They let him start, let him play a few snaps. I was to say, yeah, you may not even see him again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Second and 8, WVU goes 5 wide for GG here. False start.
Is it a free play or false start? Yeah.
False start on Nick Malone, looks like.
I mean, it's just, it's so bad. It's so bad. So undisciplined.
Make it second and 13. All right, so second and long now. WVU behind the chains after that penalty. Jaheim motions out of the backfield. Over the middle.
Buddy. All right.
Let's go. Good play. Picks up 15 plus. West Virginia into Memphis territory. Hudson Clement over the middle.
And Hudson
Fresh set it down.
continues to be the only receiver that West Virginia will try to go to, but luckily for West Virginia, they're having success with it now.
We'll take it. Fresh downs up to the Memphis 37. 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. WVU needs to score bad. Handoff to Jaheim. Nice jump cut.
About 3 to 4 yards there. Number 40, get your hands off him. Number 40, get your hands off him. Thank you, sir.
He said, thank you, sir.
It's my boy Brandon Yates, man.
Oh, Yates. The boy Yates been here forever.
That he has. That he has.
There we are with that. Boys, I'm glad I got this coffee because I'm tell you what, I worked and this game's late.
I'll tell you what, these late games, man, that's what we found out about this past decade or so for West Virginia in these bowl games is we've definitely had our fair share of these late ones.
The Arizona latest, yes, that's the one I was about to say. That's the latest one I ever remember staying up watching. Oh, did you grab that? Hudson Clement caught that.
My goodness.
Let's go, Huddy.
Where's that been? Where has that been? Good job, Huddy.
What a grab, Hudson Clement. And hey, I got to shout out to GG where the ball placement there. There was no way anyone else was getting that. It's Hudson or nobody. Yeah, what a catch by Hudson Clement, man.
What a throw. What a catch.
Is he in? He's in.
That's into me.
He's in.
That's a sports.
That's a touchdown for West Virginia right there on a fade ball to Hudson Clement. What a play. Let's go. West Virginia maybe back in the game now if their defense can step up here. Makes it 17-7, still 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
That's the type of a play that'll ignite you too. So,
hey, you know who's got a hard edge?
Hudson Clement.
Huddy's got a hard edge.
Hey, you know what? People can say what they want about GG. He's got him a hard edge too. He's not the best thrower, and I think that's the biggest, the biggest thing I hold against this coaching staff is that they tried to change this system and to make him a passer, which clearly did not work in his favor. I think if it was a system like they had more so last year where they had, give the ability for Gigi to run the ball a lot more, the attitude towards Gigi would be a whole lot different for a lot of Mountaineer fans, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it was Jared Houghton asked, where's J-Rob? Great question, because I didn't even know until I heard it on the pregame broadcast that he's not with the team anymore. And I don't know if that means he entered the portal because I thought he was a senior. So I don't know if he just left, decided not to play in the bowl game if he was a senior, or if he did hit the portal. But I just know he's not with the team because I heard him mention it in the pregame, but that was the first time I'd heard that. It's hard to tell. Sean Murray. I don't think Huddy's going to go anywhere, man. I would be surprised. Hometown kid, but I mean, you never know. But I think Huddy's going to stick around.
I mean, I'd be surprised, especially if he keeps playing like this tonight. If those dollars don't call him a little bit, but being a hometown kid, you would hope that he would be more apt to stay home. I think there's, like I said, I know there's going to be a few names that we really don't want to see enter the portal that's going to go, but I think on the flip side too, there's going to be some names that we really think are going to go that we want to keep that are going to stay. Nico, I believe, I'm hopefully thinking about that, but I want to believe that he'll stay. Huddy will stay.
Hopefully Jaheim will stay.
Hopefully Jaheim will stay. Yeah. CJ's got another year, doesn't he?
CJ could potentially stay, but let me tell you, man, I don't know how true it is, but there's rumors floating that CJ is out after tonight. That's rumors, but I don't know. We'll see.
Just going to the portal, or is he?
Yeah, portal. Portal is what the rumor was that had been going around for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
But rumors are rumors. Who knows? I did just double check, though, the WVU roster, and Justin Robinson was listed as a redshirt senior on the roster. So, I mean, I guess he's just left.
Maybe just foregoing the bowl game.
Maybe.
For a potential NFL career.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. One person we know is staying is Dom Collins, already announced.
Yes.
I know a lot of you, if you followed the show for a while, you know who Dom Collins is. But if you don't know that name, learn it, because I'm telling you right now, that guy. Well, you talk about Tavon like speed, Tavon like cutability. Like, I mean, the kid is very talented, and I've watched him since he was a freshman in high school. And I might be a little bit biased because he's a hometown kid, but I'm telling you what, coming from the high school he does, they do not have success like they had whenever he was there. Kid's a stud. I'm truly excited about him. So I hope and have confidence that Rich Rod will know how to use his ability for the better.
I think so, man. I think he'll find a good spot for him to be able to use him. Look what he did with like a Darius Raynaud, who nobody knew what to do with or where to put him and everything. Turned him into a star.
Was it the UCF game when they ran that play, Cruz?
Yeah, that was UCF, I believe.
They had a play designed for Dom Collins earlier in the season during that game, in the UCF game. That
wide
was
open,
designed for him to go up on a post route, wide open. Juju just didn't have time to be able to get it to him. But I mean, you've seen his speed right there, although he didn't get the chance to get the ball. And the coaching staff just never ran the play again. And I don't understand that, because they had him wide open. The play worked. They just again.
Yep.
You just couldn't get it to him.
It's just the protection broke down, and then he had to scramble out to the opposite side, and then it was done at that point. But yeah, it was wide open. Oh, all right. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. Memphis going to start back on the ground. Why wouldn't they? Hand it to Anderson. He gets 4. Eric Flower says tomorrow a shitload of kids will enter, even if we win somehow. Yeah, I think that there's going to be a ton of portal entries coming up, this upcoming week for sure. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not necessarily mad as long as it's not some of the specific ones we were mentioning keeping it. You heard Pat McAfee say he doesn't care if Rich Rod comes in here and cleans house. And I think that's kind of the mentality we have to have as fans. We can't be too upset no matter what happens, because Rich Rod's got to get his guys.
Well, I mean, and it's not something special to West Virginia's program either. I mean, obviously look at Marshall's program. I mean, that's just obviously a horrible situation. You don't want to see that for any college team. I mean, even if it was, that team up north that we hate. I mean, that's just bad for the game of college football, what happened down in Huntington. I mean, for that entire team to enter the portal, I mean, I think that just speaks volumes to what we need to change about the way that it is right now. But it's just not special to a program if we do see a lot of guys. I mean, you're going to see some closer. I don't know, Cruz. What do you think? I'm thinking somewhere between 30 and 40 players.
Good play. Let's go, Sean. Sean Martin with the TFL. Yeah, I think it probably at least. I think at minimum we're going to have 30 new players on the roster at minimum. I mean, you heard Rich Rod say, they had 50 or 60 at Jack State last year. So I don't know if we'll get that many, but it'll probably be somewhere in between 30 and 50.
I mean, you got to think that he's going to bring at least a couple of guys from Jacksonville State.
Yeah, several good ones have hit the portal. Several good ones have hit the portal recently. All their defensive backs essentially. Really good receiver hit as well recently. There was a freshman that had a great year for them. So hopefully we'll get some of those guys.
Ooh,
Tyler Bradley jawing with the running back there, Anderson with Memphis. Tyron Bradley lays a good hit there to force a 3rd and long.
I like that. Yeah, I like the
that.
chippiness out of the players.
Mentality.
Yeah, WVU fan, I completely agree. Yeah. I think that's. I'm going to kind of echo what James Franklin said the other day about having kind of a commissioner. I think
need something.
I mean, we need a head of this thing to kind of call the shots, man.
He caught that. Rock Taylor with a hell of a grab after West Virginia brought some pressure, didn't quite get there. Coverage comes late from Fagan trying to break it up, but Rock Taylor hangs on to the pass, and Memphis converts on a 3rd and long and moves into West Virginia territory. Yeah. No, I agree, though, fully.
Yeah, something's got to be done with windows or something. Rod in his decision. I absolutely agree. And I think that he's only given us reasons to do that more and more so.
Yeah, he's 100% killed the press conference, and then right there was killing that interview as well. And you saw, man, me and Steven we had to get a tentative on it. You mute our mics and listen to it, and that's just kind of the tension that Rich Rod draws.
Well, I think the most important thing about this whole situation to me is when he left. Bless you. Bless you. When he left, he asked Eddie Passalong for $500,000, and they said no. The man just got $7.5 million for his assistant coaches and his staff. I mean,
it's a whole lot more than what Neil
had.
had.
Commitment, the coaching staff showing commitment. The fan base has shown commitment since I've been born and before that. So I mean, we finally got a chance to actually, I know everybody else in the country is tired of West Virginia fans talking about how we're, one day we're going to win a national championship and how we always believe we're going to win a national championship. And for the life of me, I can't ever understand why that's such a bad thing for a fan base to believe. I think every fan base should believe that they can win a national championship.
Absolutely. Have high expectations.
But I truly believe that we have a realistic, kind of hope now for that. I mean, I think looking back on it, I think it was always kind of a fallacy with Dana Holgorsen, especially in hindsight.
Oh, okay. 3-yard run for the quarterback there, Memphis.
I think it was kind of we were grasping at straws there with Dana Holgorsen. I think he had a high-powered offense, but his defenses just never really were going to supplement that enough to where you were going to be able to compete for a Big 12 championship, even though we should have really done that with the talent we had at times. Looking ahead towards Neil Brown, we talked about how he could have done it, and I truly believe at times that he could eventually have done it. But with Rich Rodriguez, he's proven that he has had us there before, and with his, he's the one coach that's actually not only said that he believes it, but continues to echo that time and time again. Every time, like I said, that he's on TV or has a microphone in his face, West Virginia can win a national championship. You can win a national championship at West Virginia.
Yep.
And I can't say enough about that. You got to love that. You want that out of your coach.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting.
No one coach is going to say, well, you're never going to win the Big 12 recruiting the kids out of West Virginia.
Yeah, or the coach that says you can't have top-level expectations with bottom resources. And then you get.
Well, there's a reason you don't have a lot of those resources. You don't have the belief system from a lot of those guys,
yep.
And then literally overnight, you have the resources. So
yep. They were there. You just had to prove that you were worthy of them, and he didn't.
I don't want to say bad things about Neil Brown, but I'm just saying. We got to be realistic, and he's a smart man who sees that. I think that was just a shot and some emotional.
And I heard today that the $7.5 million, that he's getting total for the support staff and the on-field assistants is up near the top of the Big 12 of what coaches get for their assistants. I think it's right there with what Mike Gundy gets for his assistants and stuff. So the commitment's definitely there, 100%. Everyone's balled in, and I think it could take us, to some really good places. But West Virginia breaks up the third down pass at least and forces a Memphis field goal attempt here with 2.5 minutes left in the second. He got it.
Ooh.
Low kick, but he got it
low
in there.
Kick. It looked like he almost got it blocked there for a second.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely low driver.
Thought it was $50K for his assistants, Chris Mitchell. No, because it was it's $5 million for his coaches, $2.5 million for supporting staff and members.
Yeah, 7.5 total for them
annual. That's not all together. That's annual.
Yeah, every year he's getting that. So at minimum, getting that at minimum.
Yeah. So that was the biggest gripe that he had was he kept, we had good staff, we had good assistant coaches and coaches we really wanted to keep, and they kept jumping ship because we couldn't pay them enough, and they wanted to go to places where they could get paid enough or have better opportunities for better coaching jobs. And we, for whatever reason, our administration didn't want to help him with that.
Yeah.
And now, that's tenfold, if not more, what he was asking for.
And now he's got an athletic department that not only is going to give him, what he needs to be successful, they've already got him set up ahead of time.
Yeah. And you got to believe he's probably going to bring Rick Trickett with him, probably going to come home. Other than that, I'm not really sure who to expect. I'm really curious to see who the strength and conditioning coach that they that they either hire or keep on board. Because Mike Joseph, I mean, it was Mike Barwas, and then Mike Joseph came on board as soon as Mike Barwas left to go to Michigan with Rich Rodriguez, and Mike Joseph's been the guy since. He's been here.
I didn't realize the other day until I heard someone else talking about it. The Parker Whiteman, that's the one that's with Rich Rod, and of course the Mike Barwas disciple. He's a West Virginia native. He's from Kaiser, so I mean, I got to think that he's coming. It just depends on if he's going to come and be joined up with Mike Joseph, or if he's going to replace him.
Well, I really would love to believe it would be a co-role with him.
Yeah, I think that might be what happens, maybe.
Yeah. I think that would be something positive for all people involved. Mike Joseph, Parker Whiteman. I mean, you had him out in the flat.
Oh, nobody covered the running back, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Little sticker out to Day Farmer for about 5 yards, but nobody covered the running back on that one, and Gigi never looked that way.
But that made me lose my train of thought.
I got a hot coffee and iced coffee.
Mascots on the screen. Bad decisions being made on the offense. All right,
CJ's back in the game, and he's making a play. Good job, CJ. Runs for a big gain there right before the 2-minute warning. At the 2-minute warning, West Virginia down 20-7, but putting a little drive together after C.J. Donaldson's big run there. Had him up near midfield. Island Boy 23 said Rich's phone got a hard edge. I think that he was actually on his phone making notes, writing down each player, and he's got a little dash out beside and says hard edge. Yes, hard edge. No. Does he have one? Yes. Does he have
every
one?
player.
Yeah, taking notes on every player, trying to decide if they have a hard edge or not. If they don't have one, they're probably not going to be here come spring.
I truly don't believe a lot of these kids don't understand what kind of system this is about to be implemented on them.
They don't understand. They said, once the winter conditioning starts in January is when it's really going to hit them. I was listening to the Old Grad podcast. Shout out to those guys. They do a great job. But Whitey was talking about, which is Reed Williams' older brother, was talking about when, because he was there when Rich first came in. And he said the first 2 days of winter conditioning, which is what's about to start for our guys in January. And, of course, this was before the portal and stuff even then. But their first 2 days, they lost 14 scholarship players. So that's probably, something we're going to be in for, not only with the transfers coming up after this bowl game, but once winter conditioning starts, there's going to be some guys that don't have a hard edge that are out.
What do you feel about it? Do you think that this should be more of a contractual basis, or do you think it should be more of like a time limit type of thing? Or do you think it'd be kind of like the mixture of both? I'm kind of a fan of the mixture of both. I think that if there's money involved, if it's any other thing in the world, or any other thing in this country rather, that involves money, it involves contracts. So why in the world are we involving especially this much money, which I'm a fan of? I don't want to paint that picture. I'm definitely a fan of players getting paid, and they rightfully should be. But if there's money involved, I think that there should be a contractual basis to it. And I don't see just why that's not being talked about more. You know what I mean?
It needs to be
for a quarterback to come play for you, and he's going to be the highest paid. I mean, the highest paid player or the highest paid person probably in the state of West Virginia. I mean, any given time is what that quarterback is going to be, right? So why will we risk paying this player that much money if we don't have him under contract for at least 1 to 2 seasons? I mean, you only have 4 years of eligibility, on average. I mean, with the transfer portal and everything like that, I just don't understand why that's not talked about more.
Yeah,
corners of it you gotta.
Hopefully, with revenue sharing starting, you're like on the road to get there, because I think that's what it does got to get to, is to where there's like contracts involved and stuff with as much money that is this starting to be and everything. It's got to get there.
It has to. And hopefully it finds a way there, more smoothly than it does, with the way everything. Right now, I don't know. I just don't. This isn't sustainable, and this isn't good for the sport of college football.
No, definitely not.
Tell you what, man, Tomas Rimac is a big dude. He don't even look like he's wearing shoulder pads.
I hope he comes back. He's the one offensive lineman that could come back.
Yeah.
But he might go to the draft. We'll see what he chooses to do.
GG.
First down.
pass.
He dropped it.
Yep.
Cole Taylor had the catch there near midfield, dropped it when he got hit, though. 2nd and 10.
Also, I don't know if you guys caught that part of the interview from another coach, another former coach at WVU. But the beloved Don Nealon made some comments that I think was from an older podcast that I had not caught before. But apparently, in 1987, I want to say.
There goes Gigi.
Go.
Gigi's loose on a QB run.
Go.
He might go all the way.
Gigi, let's
He's
go.
in.
We needed that one. That one's a big one.
That's a 50-plus yard touchdown run for Garrett Green.
Put you right back in it, boys. All right. We just need one good defensive stop.
Garrett Green with the 56-yard touchdown run on a QB scramble. What was old Dandy Don saying?
In 1987, old Don Nealon took a trip up to Columbus, Ohio, with the intentions of accepting the head coaching position at Ohio State University.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing that.
Straight from his mouth.
I think that might have been on 3.
No one knew he was there, not his assistant coaches, not his family, no one, not his players, not his administration, nothing, nobody. And apparently they went up there and they plastered that all over the headlines the next day and made old dude look really, really bad. Which, I mean, honestly, like, he's the one that went up there interviewing for the job. So, I mean, I don't know what else he expected for somebody like that. But he very much did go up there with the intentions of accepting the head coaching position up there. And luckily for us, he did not do that. And whether we won the game the next year, we still played for a national championship, and it's still talked about in Mountaineer lore today. So, I mean, I say that to say that if anybody's still got some feelings against Rich Rodriguez, he's not the only coach in Mountaineer history to ever do that, nor is he going to be probably the last one. But him coming back home is also a testament to his character, man. He didn't have to do that.
It's a good point. It's a good point, man. Yeah, I forgot about that story. I completely forgot about it. I'm glad you brought it back up.
Gigi just covered his rushing bet. Gotta love that.
Hey, there you go, Eric. Good stuff, man. Glad you got that. Glad you got that cover at least. And WVU right back in the game now, too, 20-14.
Don't look now, but it's a ball game, boys.
Of course, Memphis gets the ball after halftime, but West Virginia needs to stop right here with that being the case. Can't let them score in this
manifestation. I'm manifesting a fumble and West Virginia recovery here.
Hey, I like it.
Turn the tide a little bit.
That's what we need. That's what we need. Yeah. I feel you, Drum Wolf. GG should run more. You see what happens when he does finally.
Not gonna happen. Touchback.
Well, he meant on the next play.
On the next play. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
You signed a contract.
Wow, longest rushing touchdown of the season comes in the bowl game.
That's right. That you get paid for the. I agree. WVU fan, that's exactly right. I agree with you. If there's money involved, there should be contracts involved. And that's the thing, you have too many players, with these bowl games and everything, you have too many players deciding to sit. And luckily for West Virginia, we've only had, that's been a rare thing for us. But it has affected us. And it's affected a lot of teams throughout college football. And I think that's bad for college football, especially if they want to keep the importance of some of these bowl games. I mean, like, keep some of the players more interested in playing or, keep them on contract where they have to. Which is essentially kind of what NIL has done a little bit, because they even said that, some of these players are playing because, if you don't play the bowl game, you don't get your final NIL check. And as sad as that is,
that's crazy.
The realistic aspect of it today.
4-yard run by Anderson, and then they force the throwaway for the Memphis quarterback. So 3rd and 6 for Memphis. West Virginia could get a 3-and-out right here and have a chance to get the ball back before halftime if they can get a stop here on this 3rd and 6.
Yeah, West Virginia got a shot to really close it out here in the first half.
Strong into the second quarter here for the Mountaineers. See what happens here on this 3rd and 6. They just highlighted Rock Taylor up top there.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Which I guess he is the go-to receiver a lot of the time.
Highlighting him again, yeah.
4 seconds on the play clock. They just get the snap off. He's looking that way.
Right to him. Oh,
wide open.
Oh, my gosh.
Great pass, great route. Drops it right in the bucket for a 20-some yard gain to Rock Taylor, like we just talked about.
I mean, like everybody knew there's a flag.
Let's see what the
Hopefully
flag is here.
But everybody knew that was going to him. West Virginia's got to be better. Hey, there you go, Jed.
There's Jed Drenning on the sideline. We got roughing the passer on top of it, guys. Memphis is going to extend their lead and then get the ball after halftime. It's looking like now.
Let's see.
Because he hit him in the face. Got him in the head. Yep. He hit him in the head. That's it. They calling it.
That's rough. That's rough.
And then there wasn't nothing fancy about that route. He just burned him.
No. Let's see, coming into this game, Rock Taylor had 834 receiving yards, and he had only 2 touchdowns. That's because
the running back gets them all. Yeah. They're up to the 21 of WVU here, 1:06 to go till halftime. There is Anderson on the carry. He get about 3.
Lord Almighty.
Well, just when West Virginia was finally starting to get some momentum in this game, he gave up the big third down and then the penalty. All at once. Timeout, Memphis. 1 minute to go here till halftime. Damn.
Well, we got a little break. Who you guys got in the old CFP? Who's your national champions? I picked Oregon in my bracket.
Smart.
And every one of my brackets, actually.
Good pick.
I think Dan Lanning's done everything that he can possibly do with all that Nike money, and he's built pretty much a powerhouse out there in Eugene.
They got a good team. I got to give them that.
Did GG really say that?
What'd he say?
Alan Boy said if you read Green's lips after
yeah. He probably because he was out of breath. Yeah. Touchdown.
Wow, what a
good catch, good throw. I mean, that quarterback is throwing some dimes. That's what we're worried about.
He was making some catches also.
All-time leading passer in that conference, all-time leader in passer at Memphis. And that time is Blankumsey.
That's not a bad pick, WVU fan. Georgia's getting good at all the right times.
Yeah, I think that to me it's Georgia or Oregon, probably one of the two.
Yeah. I'd love to see Arizona State make it. I would absolutely love that.
That'd be dope. They're going to review it, I think. No, they're just moving the ball for the 2 point.
Speaking of Oregon, Dylan Gabriel, he's getting the love and respect that he deserves. Obviously being a Heisman finalist, but I think the one kid on that team that really doesn't get enough shine really is was it Jordan James?
Jordan James, yeah.
Jordan James. That kid is. You talk about good. I mean, I think he's every bit as good as Ashton Gianti and both Cam Scatterbo.
Memphis going for 2. He's got the running back, and what a move. That's Blankumsey again. Same man that caught the touchdown. Just put a hell of a juke on a guy that was coming to make the tackle, and Memphis gets the 2-point conversion to go up 28-14, and they'll get the ball after halftime. What did you watch this juke?
I'm about to go my Memphis jersey, dog.
Look at this juke, man. I mean, this is filthy. I don't care who you are. That's filthy.
That was nice. That was nasty.
Yeah, that's filthy. I mean, that's just
that was nasty.
You can't say nothing else about it.
Both of those. The throw, the catch. He got 1 foot in and 2 foot in. And
makes a great catch for the TD.
I mean,
and then makes a great juke for the 2-point conversion.
I mean, I know I'm rooting against the Memphis Tigers right now, but I mean, my God, they're playing some impressive football right now. I mean,
we can't get a stop, man. Can't get a stop.
J-Rob already used his red shirt.
Yeah, he was a redshirt senior. That's what I looked up and seen. So, I mean, I guess he just decided to not play in this game and move on with his life because he says he's no longer with the team, but he's redshirt senior, so it's not like he hit the portal or anything.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, receiver-wise, is there anybody that we were really, like, dead set on keeping? I love them, but, like...
Huddy and Traylon probably, and Dom would be the three for me.
Dom, yes, absolutely. Dom, yeah. Well, I mean, out of the ones we've seen. Huddy, yeah. But to be honest with you, man, I need to see – I love some of the things I've seen out of Hudson Clement, but out of what we've seen, I've also seen a lot of times where he's given up on plays, and I don't like that about him.
Hey, Rich won't let that happen.
And that's what I'm saying. We need somebody that's not going to – you know what makes a good quarterback in Rich Rod's system? You know why they're so good? Because every single day in practice, he's standing behind them about this close to them, talking straight dog shit to them.
Yep.
They cannot do any right. They cannot make any right decisions. And that way, come to game day, they're not going to see a situation they haven't already seen before.
Green running a QB draw here with 55 seconds to go. West Virginia trying to get a drive started. He gets about 6, 7.
Does Rich go in at halftime and bitch the team out? That would be so bad. Shit. I don't know, man.
Rich was just going to come in there in the halftime like, none of y'all motherfuckers playing for me.
He's just going to go in, shake his head, walk back out. Good catch, Cole Taylor.
Cole Taylor with a great grab there. Green hits him over the middle. 27 seconds to go. You're up near midfield now. Big time play there.
I think that's the thing, Silas, that I'm most excited to see. We talk all the time. We can talk all day long about Rich Rodriguez's offense and how good they are, but I think the best thing about Rich Rodriguez's teams when he was here was the defenses that we had. I mean, that's what really kept us in games. We had good offense, but we had top 20 defenses nationally.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of times top 10 defenses. I mean, we had great defenses, and we need that. That's really what, in my opinion, the main thing we've missed over the last decade or so. We've had some elite offense, but we have just had some truly atrocious defense.
Bro, I really hope that graphic's incorrect.
Ranked offensive tackle.
There's no way there's 8 tackles better than Wyatt Milam. Mel Kiper Jr. is on drugs if there's 8 tackles ranked higher than Wyatt Milam.
Well, it's like last year, Zach Frazier coming out of the draft, and he was pretty much the number 1 center in all of college football all the way up until the couple of weeks before all this stuff started coming out. And then all of a sudden, he's the 4th or 5th center in the draft.
Yep.
And then he comes out and plays the way he does for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year and proves why he was number 1 center in the draft that whole time leading up to it. I think it probably his injury, I would imagine.
That injury, definitely did a big part of it. 20 seconds to go. Complete pass to Preston Fox. Oh, and then try and go downfield. Nearly intercepted. Falls incomplete with 13 seconds to go. WVU with 2 timeouts. They're in field goal range. Green with a couple good passes in a row, but that one got away from him.
What are you doing, Rodney? I mean, gosh, you got to at least try for that.
Lucky that one was
not a good. It's not a good throw, but he pulled back on that. That's oh my gosh.
Second and 10. 13 seconds to go. 2 timeouts. West Virginia could run here still. GG pumps. GG's going to throw down the sideline. Nothing. It's ace.
And Jaheim White's going to pull up hobbling. He's going to go down.
Come
on. Don't tell me that.
I think he stepped on the other guy's foot, maybe. Oh, I don't know. He's grabbing the hamstring, looks like.
I was going to say that the way he hobbled looked like a hammy.
I hate that. I hope not. But I mean, he was sprinting down the sideline. See if we see. He's
that's a hammy.
It looked like it might be. Hopefully not, but they're over there working on him on the sideline there. 6 seconds to go.
Cramp and not a legitimate hamstring injury.
See how he's He's walking decently. A little bit of a limp, but he's putting weight on it, so
Yeah,
it's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right, 6 seconds to go till halftime.
Shout out Jed Drennan getting some TV time over there on the sideline.
Expect a Michael Hayes field goal here. West Virginia hoping to cut into this lead. Memphis does get the ball to start the second half. WVU's defense need to make some adjustments. If they can get some stops, they got a chance. Their offense really came to life here in the second quarter. Over 200 yards of total offense after only having 20-some in the first quarter. They put 2 seconds back on the clock, so it's up to 8 seconds. And with 2 timeouts, they're going to bring the offense back out on the field here for this 3rd and 10. Maybe try and get this a little bit closer. Maybe take a shot at the end zone. We'll see what they do here.
Bring running back left. Who we got? That's an interesting question. Jalen Anderson entered the portal a few weeks ago.
You're looking at Clay Ash. You're looking at Dior Hubbard.
Okay.
Trayvon Dunbar.
Figured with Clay Ash.
Probably
Judah
Clay Ash
Price.
would be my first one up, I'd
Judah?
say. Judah's in there. I mean, he's in the mix.
We got numbers at running back. They're not names that get talked about a lot, but they're names that should be. They were prominent names in high school football for West Virginia. If you follow that.
So short completion to Cole Taylor, get about 5 more yards, get you a little bit closer for the field goal. West Virginia takes the timeout, and Michael Hayes will kick the field goal here to end the first half. Like I said, we're going to take a break at halftime, guys, with our banner on the screen. But if anybody comes in and is curious, let them know. We'll be back for the start of the second half to watch along with you guys and do a little commentary. But we'll see what the halftime score is going to be here momentarily. Hopefully it's an 11-point game, and West Virginia can try and claw back into this thing if their defense can step up and get a stop. We'll see what happens. But first, let's see if Michael Hayes can knock this in. It's the main thing.
While we wait on them to set up, any of you guys taking advantage of the NIL shop and gotten you some Rich Rodriguez shirts? Any spot the ball? Any
You
spot
need
the ball
to.
hold the ball shirts?
Y'all better get on it.
Get on it, man, before they get sold out.
46-yarder for Michael Hayes. It'll be here to end the half. Snaps good. Holds good.
Is got plenty of distance. Good. Oh my gosh, he squeaked that
I
in.
thought it was going to go wide right there for a second, but he knocks it in. So it'll be 28-17 at the halftime break. Memphis with the lead over WVU. And guys, we'll take the break with them. We'll be right back in time for the start of the second half. I'm going to throw up on the screen the kind of current box score for the game. And we'll be back with you shortly. What's up, guys? We're back. Getting ready for the second half now. See if West Virginia can get their way back into this football game. Hopefully, the offense in the second half looks more like it did in the second quarter than the first quarter because West Virginia was moving the ball a little bit late there at least. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, the defense still remains to be seen if they can get a stop, though. So if not, it's not going to make a difference anyways.
Yeah, the defense has got to make some major adjustments coming out here in the second half. Which, I mean, I don't know how much you can do to slow down this Memphis offense. They've got a lot of weapons.
They do, man. They do. They've showcased all of them. Anderson, Hennigan. Yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, if we can get a stop to start this half, right here with Memphis getting the ball first, maybe give you a little bit of momentum for the second half, and defense may play better then. But if you don't, then I'm a little bit worried about where it goes from there. I mean, last time we saw this team play, this defense play, they gave up 50 points. They've given up, as many as they have here in the first half already. So, I mean, they're about halfway there,
Yeah. Kind of, unfortunately, what you expected to see. In a lot of ways.
Sadly, yes. Hey, thank you, James. You're a W
Oh,
subscriber.
yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank God we did never play Marshall in the Neil Brown era. We may have lost them.
He's
It's potential to go back.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome. He said, I just passed my FAA drone pilot license. I got OSHA 30 class tomorrow. Got an hour drive. I feel you. I hope it ends pretty early. I don't know if this is probably the best time to announce you got a drone pilot license, though.
Yeah, I was about to say right now, man, be careful flying that thing. Everybody's going to think it's an alien spacecraft.
Yeah. It's the popular topic of discussion the past week or so, huh?
It has been. Literally, it's funny that the first time I heard it was Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show.
Same. Yeah. Yeah. Now that I think about it.
Because I think we were all watching it trying to hear some news on the coaching search, and literally that was the first time I heard about it.
Which anybody keeping up with the Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Clark drama that's been going on between those two?
I heard a little bit about it, but not a lot.
Well, Aaron Rodgers basically said that there were some people that only stay relevant past their playing career by, becoming a talking head on TV. And then Ryan Clark, obviously comes back and he's like, well, that's ironic because you're on
TV every week.
TV on it. Well, I love Pat McAfee. But you're on TV talking on a guy's show who's staying relevant on a talk show past his playing career, which,
well, that is
with
true.
all due respect, Ryan Clark, Pat McAfee has made everything about the Pat McAfee show into what it is today. It's not the same as somebody retiring and joining ESPN for a show that they have.
It's his own thing.
Pat McAfee's built what he has from the ground up and deserves all the respect in the world.
That's a good point. That's funny that they got beef like that.
Yeah, it's quite funny. It was kind of a stray shot that Ryan Clark took at Pat McAfee, which I thought was kind of cheap, but
yeah, he catching strays. He's like, dang, man, I'll just have the dude on my show. And now I get brought into this.
Always something going on, man. I'll tell you what, though, Aaron Rodgers always seems to find himself in some kind of a drama.
He really does. It's always something with him, man. That's because he's always off on a retreat and at Joshua Tree doing ayahuasca.
Don doing ayahuasca in his little cave or whatever he's in. All right, they pass over the top.
Did you catch that?
Wow.
Man, Rock Taylor is a hell of a receiver. I got to give my hats off to that dude. This man has made some impressive grabs. That's probably the most impressive one he's made. They start off the second half with a play action bomb. And I'm not going to lie, that was good coverage by Garnet Hollis. He got injured trying to make a play there, but Rock Taylor comes down with the catch. What a grab.
The way that the other defensive player signaled for somebody from the sidelines. Yeah,
the way he landed, that's a shoulder or collarbone.
Yeah.
Hate that too, man. West Virginia's running out of cornerbacks as well. TJ Crandall's in the portal. Aiden Garn's out for the season. So it's, you had Fagan and Hollis, and now with Hollis out, you'll probably go Jacoby Spells, or maybe you see the freshman Keon Washington get
or maybe even, Rodney Gallagher a little bit more. You've seen him play on the side of the ball some this season. So
yeah, they want to go back to that. It's been a while. It's funny though. He ended up one of the higher graded. I went and looked at the grades earlier for the members only stream this morning, and he was one of the highest graded players on defense. Which it's crazy because he ended up only playing like I think 30 some snaps or something like that, and it still ended up there, which shows you how much the rest of the defense struggled.
Yeah, yeah, that's just not good. An already depleted cornerback room for West Virginia. Loses another one. Oh, they're going to show.
Did he
Did
drop
fumble the ball?
Maybe he didn't catch it. I can't tell.
That's an incomplete pass to me.
Where's his hand?
I was watching the shoulder the whole time for Garnett Hollis. I wasn't even watching the ball.
Where's his hand?
Even still, if it was, the ball hit the ground without his hand being under.
No, I just want to know all these cameras they got. Why, when they zoom in, does it look like it was filmed on a potato?
No doubt.
Yeah, it might be a collarbone. I hope not. Play still under review. Garnett Hollis getting helped off the field. We'll see Jacoby Spells come on. Initially, it looks like. Be big. It's a big call for West Virginia potentially if they rule this incomplete. It really changes the whole complexion of this second half because they started off with that long bomb and already up near the red zone. It's not where you want to be.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all one thing. I used to be a pretty big fan of Aaron Rodgers just because, with his platform, I guess you could say, with how famous he was, he kind of helped the Pat McAfee show gain some credibility there for a little while. But I tell you what, the more and more stuff comes out about him more often. I just kind of agree with you guys. He makes himself seem more unlikable, more dishonest, I guess you could say.
Well, speaking of, I saw that his ex-girlfriend, the Cheyenne Woodley, the actress or whatever, she put out that when she was with him, it was like the most miserable she's ever felt in her life, and she's never been so depressed or something like that. And I was like, dang, that's not a good look for Aaron Rodgers.
No doubt. Tell you who else needs to get a new girlfriend is old Travis Hunter, man. That girl seems to cause the man more stress than anything else.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the Heisman or anything, but I heard a lot of people talking about that afterwards.
That's not the first time she's been in that kind of light either. There was a game that they had won a couple weeks ago, and he was like all happy and trying to hug her, and she was like mad about something, pushing him off. And
they gave it to him. They'll call it complete.
Wow.
That's a tough call to not get there for WVU. I think that they didn't confirm it as his play stands, so obviously weren't able to tell with the potato quality video footage enough to be able to overturn it, and they called it complete on the field. So it's a long bomb to start the second half.
Shit. Fake jet sweep handoff.
Anderson stays on his feet up to the 22.
What do you guys think about that? You guys think the right person won the Heisman, or you think it should have went to Ashton Jeanty?
Personally, I probably would have went with Jeanty. But I think that what's crazy and what sucks is that those two guys, any other year, is the best player in the country. It's literally like 2 generational years right in the same year. Like, what's the chances?
Well, hopefully that's just a testament to the way that the game is changing and evolving. Hopefully we see that a lot more.
That'd be awesome. I would love that.
I think it's more good for the game than bad for the game. I think the right person won. I'm not discrediting Ashton Jeanty at all. I think, like you said, he's a generational talent. I think he's probably the best running back that we've seen since probably Reggie Bush. I've said that a few times. But also to that sentiment, I think we've seen generational talent type of games out of Cam Scatterboo. I think we've seen the same thing out of a kind of a number of running backs.
Yeah, Scatterboo deserved an invite.
Scatterboo did deserve an invite. He kind of got snubbed there and overshadowed by I think Travis Hunter being in the same conference.
Yeah, it's true.
But I truly just, what we've seen out of Travis Hunter, you talk about an influential type of game. I think that's the definition of what Travis Hunter has brought to college football. And love him or hate him, I think he's been the most dynamic player in all of college football and the most elite on both sides of the ball in the positions that he's played. He's made more than a few game-winning touchdown catches this season. When a lot of people, along with Cruz and I, counting these guys out, proving us wrong.
And how many snaps he's played is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I was one of those ones that were saying that's not sustainable. He can't do that. There's no way you're not going to be able to do that for an entire season without getting gassed. And I mean, the man just comes out and keeps making play after play after play after play. And then on top of that, I mean, I can't respect the guy's character enough, because somebody in that type of limelight and in that type of like sphere, I guess, celebrity wise. I mean, the kid's in college, right? And I mean, he's on Kai Cenat's stream all the time talking. I mean, he runs his own podcast or his own stream where he has millions of viewers. I mean, he makes more than enough money already as a college football player to sustain him and his family for the rest of their lives and probably generations to come.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of accepting NIL dollars from Colorado, he pays the rest of his team NIL dollars. And I mean, that's just I couldn't believe that when I heard that. I think that's cool. I think that's cool as hell.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate that. You gotta respect it.
I really even thought about, but you have players that make that much money. I mean, that's just you can't say enough about that.
That's when you have too much money.
I agree with you, Timothy Green. This is some bad defense, man. That's kind of why I'm trying to focus on something else. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, it's 1st and goal for Memphis now at this point, guys. Looking to go up 35-17. Anderson driving. He's got down to about the 2.5, 3 yard line.
To this point in the game, I can only think of 1 or 2 plays that haven't ended up with positive yardage.
Yeah, the defense has been abysmal. Hopefully, the offense is still able to play in this third quarter like they did at the end of the first half. There, we'll see what happens, because West Virginia's going to need it. That's what I was worried about with this matchup, though, man. Didn't feel like it was a great matchup for WVU.
Not at all. Not at all. This offense is I mean, I very much believe this team could have played in the CFP. I don't know how far they would have made it, but
Anderson's in. 18th rushing touchdown of the season.
I mean, at this point, you just got to hope that your offense can,
That's the only hope you got, man.
keep up with the track meet.
35-17. Memphis up 11 minutes to go in the third. West Virginia needed a stop to start that second half. Instead, Memphis puts together a scoring drive rather quickly.
Nathan Scott said, Did you all see that Jack State has an offensive lineman from Clarkburg, West Virginia? I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
They have a tight end from West Virginia too, I think. I think they have 2 or 3 players from West Virginia.
I mean, I would imagine Rich Rod never stopped recruiting West Virginia as a pipeline.
They have a offensive lineman that was an All-American as well. I mean, that guy's not in the portal, but if he does, man, we got to get him.
Yeah, this is not looking good for West Virginia, guys. But hopefully that's one of the last times we got to say something like that and feel this way for a very long time.
Let's hope so.
Mountaineer basketball continues to do well. That's positive. Not West Virginia related, but shout out to the Marshall soccer team. Ended up falling last night to Vermont in the national championship, but
did they make the Natty again?
Made it to the national championship, lost in the national championship game to Vermont, which was a shocker. It was a shocker. I think they had them down at 1-0. Then Vermont came back and beat them 2-1.
I'm telling you, WVU soccer team's going to be there.
Well, they played in I want to say the Final Four of the soccer championship a couple years ago or last year.
Yeah,
something like that.
Not this year, but the year before.
Both programs really been doing well. Speaking of Marshall, you got to like what Rich Rod had to say about that game. I mean, I'll talk about Marshall in all the positive light. But when it comes to West Virginia playing Marshall, I've never seen. I share what Bob Huggins has said a lot of times. I just don't see the advantage for West Virginia in playing that game.
I agree.
In either sport. And I liked what Rich Rodriguez had to say about it whenever they asked him. They said, Tony Gibson just accepted the job down there. Is there any chance that you want to play that game? And he was like, if you think I've spent any amount of time thinking about Marshall, you're wrong. And
It's gold and blue.
it's a gold and blue. Or in my case, the espresso and tan. Had to get the
Looks
GT.
good, man. Got the fly hat.
Well, I think the rifle team. I want to say that I don't know if they've won another national championship, or if they're about to compete for another one, but they're up there, like 1 or 2 again.
Oh man,
Which I mean, like, you would think in a country like America that rifle would be like a sport that people talk about more. Am I wrong about that? Am I thinking about that wrong? I don't know.
I mean, I would.
I've just always found it impressive that if West Virginia's rifle team can consistently beat Army's national rifle team for national championships, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alabama, that's cool. You've won a lot of national championships in football, but we win national championships in shit that matters.
That reminds me. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and change out these camera batteries because they'll die here soon, probably. Yeah, Big Aaron, I like horror.
He hates horror films. It's like his biggest thing that he hates ever in life.
Yep, never been a fan.
Nah, he loves them. Yeah, Eric, I want to say we have 18 national championships in rifle.
I think it's 20 something.
It might be 20 something. He said rifle is just boring to watch, unfortunately. Yeah, I have absolutely zero idea what's going on in rifle. I had no idea the scoring system that happens. I just know that West Virginia consistently somehow is the best at what they do. And you would think it's because we're hunting all the dang on time. Well, no, they get these guys from like Sweden, like overseas. A lot of these guys don't even come from West Virginia.
Oh, look at them. They got some little frappes.
I'm going to turn my PS5 on soon if this game keeps going away. Yeah, I do not blame you.
They got them some little frozen frappes to sip on there. I got me some.
Hey, those do look good. Not gonna lie.
I don't like cold.
That looks a lot better
coffee.
than when people are taking spoonfuls of mayonnaise and just eating them straight. Oh gosh, man, it's so hard to. I went to that game last year. It's so hard not to gag when people were doing that.
No, I
like,
bet.
Golly.
I bet.
I like mayonnaise, but that's too much.
I don't know. I'm not plain. Yeah, not just straight. Not just raw
mayonnaise.
dog in the mayonnaise, dude. Like what? Good run for CJ to start the drive. About 7 or 8 yard gain. WVU needs the answer here. They want to stay in this game. Go back to CJ again. He gets 3 or 4 more.
He said, I think we had 16 when I was at WVU in the early 90s. One of our coaches left and went to Alaska, and they started winning. Yeah, if they had 16 then, I know they've won several since then. So it's got to be in the 20s.
Yeah.
Got to be.
GG
going to go over the middle. All right, Rodney. All
good
right.
pass. Just over the linebacker's outstretched arms, right on the money to Rodney Gallagher for a big gain of about 20 yards.
I'm on the fence of if we want to see Rodney back or not. Obviously, I want to see his speed back, but I don't know. There's times I've seen Rodney slack. I feel like right Day, right there. That's there's no reason that you should miss that catch.
Bubble screen to Rodney, and he dropped it, and it was set up pretty well too.
Yeah.
And that's the dichotomy right there, right? Back-to-back plays. One play makes a great play, next play. And the catch that he made before was much harder than the easy one.
Yeah.
He's the one he dropped. Second and 10 for WVU. Green drops the throw. He's got Hudson Clement, and he's got another first down. Up to a 31 of Memphis here. West Virginia's driving, looking to get back. Hopefully get this down to a 2-score game again. Can do that with a field goal or a touchdown. They all need that hard edge coaching, Eric. They all need it, man.
I think the important thing is finding the players that want that hard edge coaching. Because, there's a lot of guys that are good at football but can't accept coaching. But there's a lot. I think that's what made those WVU teams great is we had a lot of guys that were passed up on by other programs or, things of that nature, and guys that really wanted to prove a name for themselves and for the university. And that's what they loved about WVU was they gave them that shot. I mean, you think about players like Owen Schmidt, that's exactly what that situation was.
It's true. 5-yard run for CJ, 2nd and 5 now for WVU. 5 wide set this time for Green. Did he catch it? Yep, Hudson Clement got it. Another first down. Right into the red zone now. He about dropped it.
Well, I'm not going to name any names, but I do know one player that definitely does fit that prima donna type of,
I think I know who you're talking about.
There. I'm talking like has cameras following him around in practice and all this other extra crap.
Yeah, I was talking.
And it's a player that doesn't really get a lot of playing time, so you really kind of wonder where.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and we both agreed that he probably definitely won't last.
Yeah, and it's a player I was really excited for, but if he ends up going, I wouldn't be too sad to see it.
CJ on the run. Looks like he's going to have another first down.
I think Huddy stays.
I think so too.
I think Huddy stays.
I think.
Speaking of Dom Collins earlier, from the relationship that I've heard that they have, him and
they're pretty tight.
Preston Fox, Hudson Clement, and Dom Collins, they're pretty tight knit group. So I'd be surprised if I seen
Dom
Preston
Collins gonna make some plays next year, guys.
Absolutely.
First and goal from the 10 for WVU. Here comes a blitz from Memphis. Play action fake for Green. Touchdown, Hudson Clement.
Pass. Let's go, Hudson.
Hudson's second touchdown of the game. That time, RPO, little glance, slant route. Hudson Clement's open for the touchdown.
Hudson legacy game. I think Hudson's out here proving he's putting some stuff on his resume for this next coaching staff.
Yeah, he's showing he's got that hard edge. It's going to be 35-24.
Big Aaron, hold on. Whoa. I got to go back and watch it, though. My friend sent it to me today. If you could send that to our channel.
Yeah. Please. You got the link, man? You got the link, Big Aaron? I'd like to see that as well.
I know I'm not alone in this. Me and Crew's been talking about that since, come on,
shit.
Guys.
Muffing the extra point. It's going to be 35-23. Didn't get the snap clean.
Me and Cruz have been talking about that one coming since we've gotten the idea of Rich Rod coming home.
Well, you see the videos of how Pac-Man was, how hype he was. I mean, you got it. I mean, there's some, he's got to.
Well, I don't know if you guys know that. I don't know if y'all know that Pac-Man Jones adopted Chris Henry's kids whenever, he passed away. So that's, you got to believe that he's in his ear, at least trying to encourage him to come to WVU.
Let's hope so, man. I really hope so.
I'm optimistic about it. I mean, you still got a whole lot of time before he's a 2026 recruit, so you got a whole nother recruiting class to go before that's even announced, before he officially even signs if he does commit to West Virginia.
Yeah, we got 12 months or 11 months and change to work on him.
Yeah, but I'll tell y'all what. That's my favorite game. I've been to a lot of games in my time as a Mountaineer fan. I've been to every game since 2007, and prior to that, I went to pretty much 2 or 3 every single year. But my favorite one that I've ever been to was that one in 2004 when we finally beat Maryland, and Chris Henry caught that pass over the middle in overtime from Rasheed Marshall. I mean, you talk about nostalgia. That to me is peak Mountaineer. Mountaineer Nation right there. That was a fun day. And I'll always think about that. So I obviously, for nostalgic reasons, want him to come. But other than that, man, that kid is, a stud.
Super talented,
An absolute stud.
For sure, brother. Yeah, Neil Brown probably would have won more with that no-huddle offense. I know who agrees with that. That's Rich Rod. And Rich Rod will bring that no-huddle back. Touchdown City will be back. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch again.
I agree with that, WVU fan. Tony Gibson at Marshall, a grade A hire. Absolute home run of a hire if you're Marshall.
I think so, too.
Really saddened to hear about everything else that happened with that program. Still I'm trying to gather details about what happened with that coaching staff and why it happened the way that it did. It's weird. That's a weird situation, especially for how well that they finished in the Sun Belt Conference this year.
Yeah, won a conference title.
Went 9-3. Thought that the coaching staff was in good standing with the administration from the way that all of the press conferences were going, and him trying to recruit Ohio State's players and everything to come down there. Okay, Chris Mitchell, that sounds more of what I thought. He said, I think it was more that McAfee was excited at the possibility. Him and Pack are talking about.
Oh, yeah, they got to be.
I guarantee you. And all of those that the NIL dollars that he's going to get at Ohio State, you got to believe that Pat McAfee's like, bro, look, I'll put that money in your pocket. I think Pat's with us, man. I think he wants to win a national championship along with us, and
he does.
I don't know if you guys share this too, but when he's on game day, it absolutely fills my heart. But more so than anything, it enrages my soul whenever he starts talking about West Virginia competing for a Big 12 championship and a national championship, and all those other guys on that podium start laughing at him like he's telling a joke, and he's stone-faced serious.
Yep.
I'll tell y'all one thing. It's going to be so fun to use those types of clips in these
I was about to say,
these hype videos coming up in the next few years.
Because they ain't going to be laughing no more soon.
I want to respect Kirk Herbstreit and all those other guys.
Hey, but did you see where
West Virginia University? It's just, it's
Kirk.
hard
Did you see what Kirk said about the hire, though? He was excited.
I hope he is, man, because I don't know, man. Like, I just don't see why it's such a why is it such a laughed about thing to think that West Virginia could win a national championship one day? I understand that they haven't had that much success on the football field in the last decade or so, but they are the winningest program in college football without a national championship. To me, it's ludicrous to think that they couldn't one day do it.
Well, I think it's because more shows that we've become a joke since Rod left.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And people do have recency bias, and I get that. That's always been the case, and that's always, and even more so with the age of the internet and technology, that's going to continue to be more the case. But you would think with internet and technology and the ability to be able to do quality research and find out facts and how the history of this program has been, you would think that, when we competed for a national championship in 1988, leading up to that, nobody thought we'd ever be able to do that. And then we did it.
Yep.
And then we did it, and nobody thought we'd ever be back to it. And then we went undefeated in 1992, and then we got snubbed in the national championship. And after that, nobody thought we'd ever be able to do it again. And it sucks the way that it ended up in 2007.
He was right there.
He was right there about to do it again. So, forgive me for being crazy and believing, but I very much believe it's attainable for WVU. I would imagine, Nathan, somewhere around late December, early January. I don't think it'll be too long before you start to hear about staff hires at WVU, especially because you got.
I think you'll hear some. I think you'll hear some in the next week or so.
Yeah. Well, because you got winter conditioning coming up. As soon as January hits. So you got to have those types of things in place and ready to rock and roll. And I kind of firmly believe that Rich Rodriguez has his staff in place already. We just haven't heard it.
Possible. Well, Jacksonville State's bowl game's on the 20th. So definitely right after then you'll hear about some of the guys that may come follow him, Rick Trickett being the main one. Rod Smith remains up in the air. We'll see what happens. He's
all right, defense.
Jack State, and then he's going to be candidates for other jobs too. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think Rick Trickett will definitely come.
Don't expect a lot of shakeup to what his staff was at Jacksonville State. Rich Rod's always been a guy that he takes predominantly, all of his staff with him wherever he goes. Always been that type of guy. Now, it did shake up a little bit whenever he, wasn't the head coach at Arizona anymore. He wasn't a head coach for a few years. When he came back to Jacksonville State as a head coach, there was a few shakeups to his staff. But whenever he switched jobs in the past, he's always taken, pretty much all of his staff with him. All right now.
Oh, 3rd and 2. WVU brings pressure. Good job.
That's a good job by the defense forcing a 3rd and out.
Ben Cutter gets in there, nearly gets the sack. The QB throws it in the dirt. Should be a punt there for Memphis now. Yeah, good job by Ben Cutter. Just went completely untouched pretty much. Fourth and 2. Ooh, West
Virginia almost got there.
Fair caught on the 9 by Preston Fox. 35-23, West Virginia with the ball back. Under 5 minutes left in the 3rd.
Once again, West Virginia's got a chance to make it
a game. Defense finally got the stop we've been asking for. Let's see if the offense can answer the call now. Commercial break. Oh man.
Think who will ever pick us, Chris Mitchell?
Chris Henry Jr. probably.
Chris Henry Jr. Oh, I think he would. His final 2 options were WVU and Ohio State.
Yeah, there's a chance.
West Virginia was always a candidate in that recruiting search. I'll tell you what really is kind of, it makes me more angry as a fan is, if you're like me and Cruz, you keep up with the recruits on a pretty regular basis. And a lot of the times I'll go to the 5-star recruits and just look and see, I know I'm not naive. I know the West Virginia's a program that's not going to get all the 5-star recruits in the world, especially when you haven't been a program to be able to consistently recruit even 4-star recruits in the past until a few years ago. But you would think that you would still kind of recruit those guys, even a little bit.
Yeah.
West Virginia didn't offer a single 5-star guy other than Chris Henry Jr. in the class of 2026 up to this point.
Wow.
And you've got a lot of teams that we compete with recruiting wise that did offer these guys. You've seen a lot of Pitt on there, a lot of Virginia Tech, a lot of Penn State, a lot of Maryland, a lot of Kentucky.
Yeah, you got to at least try.
Geographical wise, we're in the mix and got offers from a lot of these guys. Like I said, I'm not naive. I know we're not going to get all of them, but if West Virginia expects to be a top-tier program, you would expect West Virginia to at least offer a lot of these guys and be in the mix for possibility to be able to recruit them.
Agreed. Oh, Nosferatu trailer. I'm excited for that. Excited for that movie.
Owen Schmidt, strength and conditioning coach. As much as I love that idea, I love what Owen Schmidt's been able to do down there at Greenbrier West. And he had Greenbrier West logo all over the Pat McAfee show the other day. When
got them a little promo.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that whole day was like super strategic and like everything that they did, I think, because, even if you think about having Pat McAfee drink the 1863, gold, the bottle of the,
I want some of that, by the way.
Roads Trust. They literally tweeted out afterwards, like the link and stuff. And so people that see him having that and drinking that may not even be WVU fans may buy that bottle and then support our NIL and stuff by proxy that way. And just all kinds of promotion that day for WVU as like something that you can't put a price tag on that.
That's what I mean. Like, you cannot say enough about what Pat McAfee has done for West Virginia University with his show and his platform, and will continue to do so. And even more on another level.
Oh, good play there. Toss to CJ for about 6 or 7.
Even more so, I think what's going to be an even bigger positive is, you guys think about how many people watch the Pat McAfee show on a daily basis, and we're all talking about Aaron Rodgers right now. We wouldn't talk about Aaron Rodgers the way that we're talking about him right now if he wasn't on Pat McAfee every week.
True.
And now you're going to have Rich Rodriguez on the Pat McAfee show every single week.
That's a recruiting tool right there.
A recruiting tool right there. That's absolutely a recruiting tool. And they're going to see West Virginia. They're going to see Rich Rodriguez's face. They're going to see WVU's logo. I mean, Pat wore WVU's logo all over his show the past week and does on random days throughout his show throughout the entire year, all the time. Boston Connor, I don't even think he knew where West Virginia was until Pat McAfee's show started, and now I think he's one of the biggest Mountaineer fans out there because he watches them all the time. So I just mean, I grew up in a time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this, but the main people we had in sports media were like Lou Holtz and Mark May and all these guys that talked nothing but pure dog crap about WVU all the time when we were doing well, and how we was always overrated and how we wasn't ever going to compete. No, this, that, and the third. And to now, Pat McAfee is, and it's not even close. He's the most popular face in sports media today, and he blasts our logo and our brand on his show all the time. And that's like Cruz said, that's a recruiting tool. That's more potential for NIL dollars, more potential for so many things. And that's nothing but a positive for WVU, and especially in the space that we're in now.
Oh, agreed. And you mentioned like Lou Holtz and Mark May, and I remember those days. And it's like back in the day, growing up, and even when we were good, we were ranked in the top 5, ranked in the top 10, and you would still sit and watch college football live and just hope that they would mention West Virginia for like 60 seconds for like 5 minutes. And, on college football live on any show on ESPN, now you get 2 and 3 hour shows pretty much dedicated to WVU on ESPN. It's pretty insane. Yeah.
He said it's Lou Holtz from West Virginia. He's from West Virginia, but coached at Notre Dame and beat West Virginia in the national championship game, and never talked a positive word about us when I listened to him.
I think he got it. Garrett Green on the scramble on 3rd down, stretched out and believed he reached out for that 1st down. Good play by Garrett Green. It's got to be nearing 100 yards rushing again.
We're going to go quick. CJ off the right side.
Quick snap there outside zone to CJ for about 12, 13 yards. Another 1st down for West Virginia. They're driving, looking to get back in this football game here late 3rd quarter. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'd like to see a comeback win here, something exciting. That'd be fun.
Appreciate you, Big Air. Needs to go to the back of his show on 12:16, time step an hour at 47 minutes. He said he kind of hinted at it, especially if Ohio State loses their bowl game.
What is this?
And you gotta think. I
don't
know. Brian Hartline was the one that recruited Chris Henry Jr. to Ohio State, so that would have been a positive to getting Brian Hartline to WVU, but you wouldn't have been able to keep him here for more than 2 seasons. So that just been a bad decision on a lot of different levels.
Let's see here.
But with everything up in the air with Ryan Day and everything up there, I don't know, man. You can still make a big name for yourself at West Virginia playing wide receiver, and especially if you're going to be able to compete at a high level like West Virginia is going to be doing in the next few years. And obviously all the factors involved with him being able to play for the same program under the same coach as his dad did. And his adopted father did, now that I'm thinking about it. It's not just Chris Henry Jr. that played here. Pac-Man also played here.
All right.
Oh, they're going to go 5 wide.
1st down. He's going to scramble out. Still looking. He's going to take off, get about 8 yards.
Yeah, and I'm curious to know what side that was, Big Aaron, because that's what we heard too, that the Heartline interview didn't go well, but they didn't say for which side. Did it not go well for WVU, or did it not go well for Heartline? I would imagine what that didn't go well means is Heartline probably wanted to wait and coach in the college football playoff. West Virginia likely said that we don't want to wait that long. And which is essentially the same as how the Kodal Nicky interview went. But you got to give credit to Ren Baker interviewing some of these. A lot of guys that are getting ready to coach in the college football playoff. So, all these things that everybody wants to talk about, West Virginia doesn't need to hire a coach from lower level or an assistant coach. They need to hire a proven winner. I mean, they went after proven winners. That's for daggone sure.
Yeah. Brandon Yates banged up on the play for the Mountaineers. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, hopefully so. Coming back like the Jayhawks game. Yeah, it does remind you a little bit of it.
I just found a little clip. I might share this real quick.
Yeah, WV fan. It is crazy that he's going to be out, as well as he's done other than playing Michigan. It's wild to think. But, that's how it goes with those types of programs if you don't win. Which, I mean, the same sentiment if you're at WVU. I mean, think about it. If a coach goes – if he wins almost virtually every single game and loses the pit every single year, WVU fans are going to want him out. As crazy as that is to think. Sorry, Cruz, you can go ahead.
I'm going to wait till the commercial break to play. It's very good.
Okay.
I'm going to get right to the spot of it, try to. 3rd and 2. It'll be
okay. Yeah, I remember you, Big Air, and I remember that. I appreciate that, man. That was cool. Made me feel like a little bit of a celebrity. That was cool, man.
3rd and 2.
Oh, come on.
CJ fell.
Yeah, man, I thought about going down to Frisco, Texas to watch this game, but I just didn't feel like going all that way to be disappointed.
See if they go for it.
Who was that on? Was that on Gigi or was that on
I think he just slipped.
I mean,
so 4th and 5, they're going to go.
How do you slip with cleats on? Have you ever done that, Cruz? I've never done that. I've got my foot stuck. I've got my foot stuck plenty of times, but not slipped.
This might be the ball game here if you don't convert this 4th and 5 the way your defense is playing. Quick hitter, Hudson Clement.
Hudson Clement clutch once again in this football game. Hudson Clement legacy game? Is that what we're seeing here, guys?
7 or 8 yards keeps us in the game, and so far, I mean, his 2 tutties are one reason we're alive.
Morgantown. And there was a plot. 20 years ago and learned something from Rich Rod. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny because then he was talking like when he was in the interviews with him, and they asked him about offense, and they was talking about learning from Rich Rod, and he was like, he's a candidate for this job.
Like, he's in the running for this, right?
Yeah. Memphis brings the blitz.
Come on.
Oh, try to attack downfield to Huddy. Good decision right there, 1-on-1 with the blitz coming from Memphis, but just couldn't quite connect. 2nd and 10. Hudson Clement's over 100 yards receiving in this game. Oh, just off his fingertips. If he could have got both hands up there, I feel like Hudson Clement probably would have caught that ball.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 10.
Hand off CJ. And
He's
stuffed
not
immediately.
going much. Got a yard. 3rd and 9. I doubt the Mountaineers will snap it again. That'll probably take us to quarter number 4. Which means when we go to commercial break, I'm going to share this clip with you guys and with Steven. Steven, if you throw on them headphones there, you should be able to hear it.
Sir.
4th quarter, guys, coming up.
Got to coach me with this setup, guys. I'm got a little bit different setup than I do at the house.
Yeah, Steven's in my world over there. But here's the clip from the Pat McAfee show that Big Aaron was talking about where he mentions Chris Henry Jr. a little bit here.
Like, this is the place for you. He's going to have to find his guys, but I think they're showing up. I think there's I'm going to talk about West Virginia royalty, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Like Chris Henry Jr., who is Pac-Man Jones has taken in. Adam Pac-Man Jones, another West Virginia. He obviously is committed to Ohio State right now. What happens with Ohio State in the next couple of weeks? Maybe even this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
When they take on a very tough Tennessee team.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about SEC teams being built to potentially go play in the freezing ass cold,
That's one of them.
Tennessee's the team because they pound a rock.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers Heupel's like wide open offense with Hendon Hooker. It ain't like it. Dylan Sampson, and they run the ball, and their defense thumps too. Now, will they still want to thump when it's as cold as it is? We shall see. But he's committed to Ohio State. It's like what happens with Ohio State, and then if we got NIL, and obviously his dad, legend of West Virginia, it's like all of a sudden door opens back up for some people that are potentially never going to be Neil Brown's guys. Like Neil Brown, good guy. Hey, we love Neil Brown. Thank you for what you did to West Virginia. Don't think it was the right fit, but like you handled it with class.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't win a lot of games. Never won 3 straight games. Right? That was the
big thing.
Never won 3 straight.
That's not real.
Never won 3 straight games.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think
3
so.
straight Big 12 games?
Yeah,
No.
it may have been conference games, but I think it may have just been
I think it was just 3 straight games.
in general.
Classy, though.
He was a good guy. He represented very well.
Classy, though.
Things was his way. And the people he recruited, the people he talked to, the way he went about doing his things, his way. Rich Rod has a different way of viewing things and what, hey, need hard asses around here. We need a hard edge around. We need dogs walking around this building again. And it's like, I think he's going to be able to find them because I think there's a lot of people, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia. You can even dabble into a little bit of Jersey. There's a couple, and then Florida too. West Virginia used to have good pool from Florida, great pool from Florida. It's like a lot of the guys that maybe Neil wouldn't have wanted or would have recruited. It's like Rich is like, we're going right back into these recruiting holes that we were in 15, 20 years ago and letting them know, like, hey, we want your boy. And we want your hard-ass son, blue-collar kid. Like, that's who we want in here. So I'm excited for it. And I think those guys are going to show up.
He said in his first.
All right, so definitely he did hint at it a little bit there. I took you off the screen again.
Crews don't like when I want to screen.
Why do I always take you off the screen whenever every time I share a screen and when I come back it always does that. But nonetheless, man.
We got Chad Scott on the interview now out there.
Chad Scott being interviewed. Try to get back in this game here. But what do you think, man? You think that Pat McAfee feels like there's a good chance there?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think that. I mean, why wouldn't you feel like we got a good chance? I mean, the entire time that Chris Henry Jr. has been allowed to be recruited, West Virginia's. They've been in the mix and they haven't really been competitive nationally.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hudson Clement legacy game, as Steven termed it, man. 3rd and 9. Memphis brings the pressure. This time, they throws it up to Hudson Clement, and they have better timing on it and hits that fade route. West Virginia's in the red zone. But I agree. I think there's a chance. And hearing Pat McAfee talk about it that way really got me excited because, he definitely feels like that he's one of Rich's guys.
Yeah, I think it's a very possible chance. I'm very hopeful.
I do, man.
I really think that it's more likely for him to decommit from Ohio State and come to West Virginia than it is likely for him to stay committed to Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
That's my belief.
I like it. Well, but
call me crazy, call me
cool
optimistic.
though too, because last 5-star we got Noel Devine. Rich brought him in. Now he get another.
To that testament, Noel Devine spent the better part of the last 3 years mad at WVU because we didn't continue to recruit his son. Go, Gigi, go.
Go, Garrett. Get that corner. He got the first. He stretched out. Flag down.
But Noel Devine's been mad because West Virginia did recruit his son. His son withheld committing to a school for a while. West Virginia didn't want to wait. They had numbers for the recruiting class, so they went with what they had. He got upset. Lo and behold, the coach that decided to take his son and recruit him was Rich Rodriguez at Jacksonville State. So
does he come? Is the question.
So you got to believe that that's probably an option that's going to come with him to WVU. A lot of these guys. It's not just the fact that these guys that played for Rich Rodriguez are now supporting him. A lot of them now have players that are getting ready to play football and could potentially also want to play for WVU. I mean, obviously Chris Henry Jr. is the most famous one of them all because he's
Devine, have
best
both
one.
together. Andre Devine and Chris Henry Jr. That'd be cool. And another thing is that's pretty cool is if he decides to keep Blaine Stewart right on his staff at Jacksonville State.
I think he does.
If he does on his staff at Jacksonville State, he had Rhett Rodriguez. Oh my gosh, Huddy about grabbed a one-hander. He had Rhett Rodriguez, his son, obviously, and he had Castile. So if all keeps Blaine, then Blaine Stewart, Jay Castile, and Rhett Rodriguez would all be on his staff, who's all were dads on his staff previously the first time he was here.
Defensive holding.
Let's go. They can't stop Huddy. They had to hold him. It's automatic first down for West Virginia, 1st and goal. But yeah, that'd be another great story to have the sons on the staff after you coach with the dads in your first tenure there.
I believe the only way that Blaine Stewart is not on this coaching staff is if he accepts another role.
Oh yeah, definitely
in the NFL again. That'd be the only reason I would think he wouldn't be.
Yeah, I think he's one of the ones you keep. Obviously, Rasheed Marshall's going to stay there as part of your sports staff. Danny Nealon's going to stay. Those are the 3 probably at least.
Yeah.
I don't know about beyond that, but West Virginia runs CJ on 1st and goal. He gets back to the line, be 2nd and goal for West Virginia from the 9-yard line. I think you got to go back.
CJ will probably leave because Rich Rod is so mean. He might, man. He's gonna... I'll tell you what, Rich Rodriguez wouldn't let him hear the end of those fumbles.
Preston Fox with the catch. I believe he made it. Yep. Down to the 2.5-yard line, 3rd and goal.
So I want to move quickly here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And we can't get a field goal here. We got to put this in the end zone.
I just don't. Yeah, there you go. Keep the defense on their heels. Oh my gosh, man.
Did they call timeout? What happened? They're reviewing it. They're reviewing the play.
I thought they had the right idea there as an offense. You want to keep especially in the red zone, keep the defense on their heels. You know what I mean? Like keep them guessing. You don't want them to have time to set up and get into formation, run their schemes. That's why I agree with Rich Rod on that, and I've said that for a long time. I never understand why you're going to stand there the whole time and give them as much time as they need to set their stuff up and realize what we're going to do.
Hey, you know what all Rich Rod needs him to do, man? Just spot the ball, man, because we're going, because we roll.
Hey, man, no, you
spot the ball because we out there rolling.
Put a little more tape on your wrist, man.
Yeah,
put a little more air in your helmet.
A little bit more air with an AIR in your helmet.
We do it for what, Cruz? Strap it up.
Strap it up. Hey, Ren Baker killed it at the press conference too. Shout out to him. I don't think he's got the credit for that intro.
Ran awesome. by the 0.0000.1% chance that you're watching this podcast or this watch along right now. Please stay. Never leave.
Yeah, Ren, don't go to TCU,
home.
Man.
You're home.
Don't do it. Oh man, that burger looks good right there at Burger King. $4.99 mushroom and Swiss melt. I might have to try that. Might have to give that a go. I like a mushroom and Swiss burger.
Something about a mushroom and Swiss that do be hitting.
It's a good combo. Yeah, I like your hair's on fire. That's right here.
Yeah, man. I had to get me. I know there's gonna be a lot of spot the ball shirts running around in Morgantown. I had you know me, I'm different. I had to get me a little hold the rope shirt. Got me a bring back glossy helmets one also.
Hopefully they do it too. Oh, my back is itching.
I think with them selling that shirt in the NIL shop, that they've heard the rumblings in the fan base of bringing those helmets back. So Ren being him, I'd very much believe that it'll be.
Yeah, I think so, man. Ren's nailed everything so far. Why would he not bring them back?
Yeah. You said Ren getting Ozempic to donate to the trust.
Oh man, that's funny. Take a Ren catching strays in the stream.
Hey man.
Hey,
he looks good though.
I was about to say the same thing, man.
I'll tell y'all what, man. That's the swaggiest mother in Morgantown. Definitely, it might be in West Virginia.
Yeah, the Letterman jackets and the Jordans.
I need to find out where that Letterman jacket is.
That Letterman
I know it's $500 or something like that.
They got some nice ones that are similar to it at JCPenney on clearance right now, like half off. You see like $150, they're like $70.
But not that one.
Not the exact one, no.
I need that one.
But I was surprised. I was like, dang, I about had to buy that one at JCPenney. They got a bunch of West Virginia stuff marked down. I guess where it's like the end of football season, everything's like 40, 50% off. I was like, I had to get me some stuff, some things. All right, third and goal.
Good sales.
They do. They got a good West Virginia selection. They always got the official fan shirts, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, they're going to go.
From the 3, it's a setup for Preston.
Preston.
He crossed the plane.
I think he crossed
20 inches away. Oh, Garrett's pissed. Look at Garrett telling him he got in.
If there's one that needs to be reviewed, it's that.
I don't know if they'll review
I think
it.
the initial push, he got in. I mean, that's just naked eye, but still. Let's see.
No, he didn't get it.
No, he didn't. You're right. I mean, I'm talking right there at it, though.
I looked like it live. I thought the same, though.
It looked like that right there, yeah. That initial push was, man. All right, let's go. Let's go.
4th and goal, man. Let's go. Are they going to review it? I mean, I guess they will.
I'm positive for West Virginia because I don't think they're not going to get
No,
that.
we're not. They're not reviewing it. We're taking a timeout. See, I would rather just go real quick and try and get a QB sneak right then. And once they rule it not short, go fast. Like Rich talked about. No huddle. Let's go QB sneak. Let's get in the end zone. What do you think, Vic? How do you think he's going to fare as a college football coach?
I don't know. I'm interested to see how it goes, though. I don't know. I don't know how that'll play out, especially at a place like that. It's Norfolk State, right?
Norfolk State, yeah.
North Dakota State.
No, it's Norfolk.
Norfolk State.
Yeah, so he's right by. He's in Virginia.
I heard a report that they had $50 million in NIL. That can't be accurate.
Really?
That's what
I mean, it's FCS, so I mean, I don't know. Could be.
There he is.
There's Rich. Look, he's got notes on the sideline and everything, man. He's out there studying and getting ready already. Hey, stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Right.
Those country roads chin straps are sick. All right, going heavy set here. GG's under center. Will it be a tush push or will it be a handoff?
Mike.
It's CJ.
No, handoff.
He's in, I think.
It's
He's
hard
in.
to tell from this angle.
Yes, they gave it to him. Touchdown.
Right.
CJ Donaldson. West Virginia's in this football game.
I wanted to say yeah, but I almost looked exactly the same as what I thought Preston looked like a minute ago when it looked like he was over.
I know. I was sitting there. I was thinking, like, CJ, lean over, dude. Lean over.
Hold the ball over. I mean, guys.
CJ, lean over, bro. All right, about to be 35-30, pinning the extra point. 16-play, 8-minute drive. West Virginia goes 90 yards to get right back.
That's the one right there. James Wickley says, "How will Bill do you guys think?"
I don't know, man.
I think that it's very.
Do you know?
I'm trying to choose the right words for this. I like the hire on a lot of different levels, but I think that it's crazy to believe that a program, football-wise, like UNC, that has gotten good bowls but not been at the highest level of college football. I think it's crazy to believe that this guy that's 72 years old is finally going to be able to take them higher than that. While I think he'll have some success there, I don't think that that's going to be as successful as people think that it's going to be. I mean,
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's the thing that worries me because I didn't realize until somebody was talking about it the other day. I was listening to a show where they were talking about it and they went through Belichick's entire coaching career, right? Yeah. And you know that he's never had, like, even when he started as assistant, everything was in the pro. He's never coached at college at any point, even starting out or anything, even nothing.
The only time he's ever been around a college program was he cited that in his press conference. I watched it. He said that he was a little kid when his dad was coaching there, and that was before he went off and did the military thing, and then eventually went all the stuff with the NFL. He literally was a little kid the last time he was around a college program that much.
Yeah. So that's just, I don't know. It's different. It's different. I mean, I know now it's more like the pros than it's ever been, but still different.
I mean, it's a great nostalgic hire for someone like Bill Belichick. I mean, he obviously had ties to the University of North Carolina before, and I mean, I think it's a really cool hire on a lot of different levels. But if you're talking about being an actual competitive program, I just don't think that it's. I mean, it's not like they hired Nick Saban. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like
it's
they
different.
hired.
And I think I'm most surprised that if he wanted to get back into coaching, he didn't wait around just a few more weeks until the NFL job started coming open. I'm kind of just surprised by that he didn't even wait to see.
It's a whole different animal. I truly believe that there are coaches that are good both in college, and there's coaches that are, they're also good in the NFL. But I don't know. There's some coaches that are, I mean, like look at Nick Saban. He went to the NFL, and I mean, it wasn't the best situation down there in Miami for him, but
Didn't work out.
Comes back to college, and y'all know the rest.
Scott Frost, honestly, I feel similar about that I do the Rich Rod hire for UCF. I think that he's going to win there. I think UCF is set up, good. They have a great recruiting base, obviously being in Orlando. They're just like a sleeping giant. I thought Malzahn was going to take him there. Obviously, he decided, hey, I don't want to do this head coaching thing anymore. Let me go back to just call plays. Goes to be the offensive coordinator at Florida State, but then that opens it up for another homecoming. I know Scott Frost didn't go there. He's obviously from Nebraska, but when he was at UCF is when they had their best success, and now they're in the Big 12, and he gets to be there with them now in a power conference, which I think is a good move for them. I think it's like I said, I think West Virginia is going to win with Rich Rod. I think UCF will probably win with Scott Frost too.
And a lot of the same sentiments that I share, like you. I don't know if I think it's comical, but it's self-proclaimed national championships is what it is. They went 17-0 for a long stretch. They had the longest winning.
It was a while, yeah.
The longest winning streak in college football there for a bit.
Somebody just got clobbered on the kick return. Flag came down though.
I don't think that he will be able to win at the same rate that he did as when he was there before, but I think that's just largely they're in the Big 12 conference now. They're not playing the same level of competition. They're not going to be able to win that many games. There's just no way. They're not going to go undefeated every single year like they were. But like I said, like Rich Rodriguez, you don't have to. You don't have to go undefeated in the Big 12 conference to be able to make the college football playoff.
It's true.
So I think that I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was West Virginia and UCF in the next couple of years competing for the Big 12 championship.
It could be possible. It could very well be possible. Who knows what's going to happen moving forward? I mean, not a lot of people expected it to be the way that it went this year, so you never know. All right, West Virginia's defense, can they get another stop? It's 35-30 here, early fourth quarter. Memphis, first down play, wide open down the sideline. That's not what you needed. Can they catch him?
He's going to go.
They cannot.
Down
at the one.
Wow.
He's down at the 1-inch line.
Wow. Can West Virginia capitalize on that?
What is that, 89-yard play for Memphis there, I believe?
Yeah.
It was similar to the run that the quarterback had earlier, and I think West Virginia was expecting him to take off again, so they pulled up, and instead he had a man to throw to on an RPO play going up the sideline, and it was Blankupsy again who's made big plays. He had the touchdown. He had the great juke. Now shows the speed. He's over 100 yards receiving there for the 89-yard play, and Memphis looks to go over 40 points just when West Virginia finally gets in within striking distance.
Every single
big play on defense, man.
Every time West Virginia's, right there and seems to be within distance of catching these guys. They come out and they make a big play and
touchdown Memphis.
Yeah.
42 to
WVU, I know. Yeah, that's the WVU we've become accustomed to the past decade and a half.
If only we had a defense.
That is tough. What happened to Aubrey Burks? What is the word on Aubrey Burks?
I think it's a neck injury or something like that. But yeah, he's been out for 6 weeks or so and was ruled out for the rest of the season.
Yep. He's been dealing with a lot of back neck injuries for the better part of 2 years now. Earlier this season, he sitting on the sidelines. I remember we watched the ambulance come over on the sideline and had to pick him up and carry him off. That was pretty scary. Came back and played the next game, and I think it was the next game after that when he got ruled out, and he hasn't been back since.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that Kansas game, right?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, thought so. I got a penalty on the extra point here. Come on, make the call, guys. I mean, what kind of discussion can you potentially have?
That's it. Too many refs nowadays think the show's about them. After the play, personal foul.
Who's it on, man?
This is number 71, but they didn't point to a direction.
Well, Memphis up 42-30. West Virginia's offense going to have to score again. Yeah, see, that guy came up like he was stock blocking on the screen and then just snuck up the sideline. And West Virginia bit on that hard.
That is good play call by Memphis.
Yeah, good, especially when they'd already had that big run by that QB on a similar play earlier.
James said, I have field access on that. Oh, that's pretty cool. I bet that was awesome.
That's awesome, James. Good job by Jaheim Joseph not giving up on it, getting just enough of him. Just enough to trip him up. Now they got the touchdown anyways, but you like the effort.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Kicking it deep, and it's a touchback. West Virginia gets the ball down 42-30. Now, where Memphis scored quickly, you still have, just under 11 minutes left in the fourth, so plenty of time for the West Virginia offense here, but they got to put another drive together. Shootout like we expected.
Hey, I'll tell you, if we can make it, if we can get it within distance in the last couple of minutes, you put GG in a 2-minute drill. That's when I trust him most.
They might start going to it now. Let's see what they.
I really hope they continue this fast. It looks like they're going to this fast-paced offense. Yeah, GG off the right side.
GG off the read option. Good stuff. Picks up about 15 yards.
That's what makes a dual threat quarterback dangerous. You keep the defense on their heels, and you keep them guessing. And you prove me wrong by getting the flag thrown on you because you're probably going to get a holding call here.
Man, I swear every big run we've had this game. Illegal shift. They got us with an illegal shift, man. What is that? Let me see the replay. Who even shifted? What was it? One of the receivers out there?
I think, yeah, it looked like Rodney took a step back for a sec. Gosh, man.
Because I was about to say nobody in the box moved. All right, 1st and 15 instead of a big run for GG to start the drive.
Drop back to pass.
He'll throw it to Rodney, who makes the catch and trips after a 2-yard gain.
I want to like the kid so bad, but Rodney Gallagher continues to show me that why you turn around? Why you turn around and catch that, making yourself
And he had nothing but green grass around him. It's the worst part. 2nd and 13, 2-yard gain. Not a negative play, at least, I guess. Come on, guys.
That's I just don't understand.
There's a little urgency here. Wide open over the middle. Good throw. Right. Jarrell Williams. Hey, we got a Jarrell Williams sighting. Jarrell Williams sighting, and he catches a ball over the middle. 1st down, West Virginia. He's got a screen set up for Gallagher. Stays on his feet this time. Gets about 4 yards. Hey, there's the man himself. Looking over there with his hard edge.
I mean, is it just me or does it feel like he's already he has the intensity that he's already the coach?
You feel like he's already coaching, yeah. I need that hat that he's got, I'll tell you that much.
That's the classic Rich Rod hat.
Classic Rich Rod hat, yeah, exactly. GG dropping back here on 2nd and 6. Pressure up the middle. He's going to scramble out to the right. He's going to throw back over the middle to Cole Taylor.
All right.
That made me
All
nervous,
right.
man. That's what they say you don't ever do is don't ever throw back over the middle like that. So when he let that go, I was like, oh no. But Cole Taylor had nobody around him, and it's a big gain. And that's just GG and Cole Taylor doing some, schoolyard stuff there.
I agree with you, James Weekly. I would love to have Bray back next year. But I'll tell you what, I
think he's supposed to be coming back.
I think so too. But you talk about a deep ball threat. I think that's Hudson Clement. If you can get both of them back, that's even better. But Hudson Clement over the top, and then you got Dom Collins over the middle.
Hey, speak of the devil, right on cue. Oh, right on cue. That was going to be so perfect. Oh, you got to be joking, man. He makes all the hard catches and drops the easiest one he's ever had. Oh, Hudson Clement had the touchdown right there that was going to make this 42-38. Oh, man, he had it in his hands. The deep ball to Hudson Clement. Nobody there. And you feel so bad because he catches everything, man. It was too easy of a catch. He's used to making these difficult ones.
I'm not going to harp on him. That's just, oh, my gosh.
Cole Taylor with a one-hand grab. Gets a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 8 now. Should have been a touchdown. Oh, that one hurt. Oh.
Hmm. 9 receptions, 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he should have 10 for about 170, though, and 3 touchdowns.
I was going to say, man. Oh, my gosh.
Rodney.
All right, Rodney.
Hey, way to make a play, Mr. Gallagher.
Yep,
Into the red zone, West Virginia goes. They convert on 3rd and 8. Good ball up the sideline, fitting it in between the corner and the safety from Green, and Gallagher makes the catch. Hangs on to it with the hit from the safety.
Has a way to hang on to the ball, too, after the hit.
West Virginia on the 15 now. They can make this a game again, but then they're going to have to rely on their defense. Green's nearing 300 yards passing. He's nearing 100 yards rushing. Great final performance. CJ with the run here, and he'll get about 4.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, he might have fell forward for that extra yard. I'm happy to see Garrett having such a good game in his final game, though, man. That's one thing that I am happy for here tonight.
I'm not going to ever harp on GG, man. It's a kid that plays with a lot of heart. He reminds me a lot of Skylar Howard.
Hey, 9 more rushing yards and 5 more passing yards from a 300 and 100 game. I mean, that's not too many guys can do that.
Yeah, plays. I mean, the ultimate amount of heart, man. You can't say enough about that part of him.
2nd and 6, a little stick route to CJ, but he gets 5. So 3rd and 1, 6 minutes, clock's winding.
I'm hoping that if he does go to the draft, James, that he switches position. I don't see him making it as a quarterback in the National Football
There's
League.
the highlight in the Neil Breezy shirts. I got one in the closet.
Yeah, Cruz got him one of those.
I do got one. Cannot lie. But also now I'm going to be soon having a hold the rope shirt and a spot the ball shirt in my possession as well.
Sure.
3rd and 1, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Give it to CJ. He's got the first down. He's still going. Down to about the 3.
I don't know. It looked like 2 to me.
Did he get down to the 2?
Like it.
Might have got down to the 2.
I think they're going to mark him down to the 3, though. Might be right, Cruz.
1st and goal either way for the Mountaineers, and hopefully they're going to punch it in right here. They need to. Clock's ticking down. 5 minutes now. Go back to CJ again. He's not going to make it.
Immediately. I mean,
fell forward at the end.
Line, you got to get a better push there.
He fell forward at the end to get a yard or 2, so put it down to about the 1. But 2nd and goal, but that time continues to tick. They're making you snap it again. Yeah. CJ's out of breath. He's exhausted.
I hope you're right, James. I hope CJ doesn't leave, but there's rumblings that he's possibly done after this one.
Yeah, that's been the rumors. Hopefully they're incorrect. 2nd and goal. You're going to have down to about 4 minutes almost after you get this snap off. Still 42-30, West Virginia I formation. Traylon Davis as the fullback role. Let's go back to CJ again. He tries to go up in the air. He fights through. What effort?
No, he's going to reach over for the third effort.
What effort. Good job, CJ.
Good job.
And he was out of breath before that play started and still fights through 2 hits and then stretches out to keep West Virginia in this football game with just over 4 minutes left.
Gassed. Look at him.
Yeah, he ain't got nothing left in the tank after that one.
Yeah, give him some oxygen and some water on the sideline.
But let me tell you, if he wants to stay, that's a hard edge play. That's a hard edge play. If he wants to stay, we'll have him.
I agree with you on that one, Big Aaron. They wasted a lot of time. I think that was a large part of the reason why they wanted to go to CJ, and they needed to give him let him breathe a little bit. Kid's about to fall over out there. He's been a workhorse for him tonight.
5-point game, 42-37, 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go. West Virginia has 2 timeouts, but they're going to have to stop Memphis. Memphis gets a few first downs. They're really going to be able to wind this thing down.
Oxygen, bro. Oxygen.
If anything, West Virginia has to at least limit them to a field goal. A field goal would keep West Virginia down 8 and still have a chance to force overtime with the final drive. But West Virginia's in this depending on if their defense can make a play. But they've only done that, once, twice in this game?
Once to my knowledge. I don't know. What'd you think about that, Cruz? CJ going to the sideline, falling down.
Hey, what I think, that's what you call leaving it all out there on the field.
That's exactly right. He said he needs coffee, guys, and mayo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
man.
needs the coffee. I'm drinking some over here myself because if not, I'm going to fall asleep. But hey, at least the end of this game's been exciting to keep us awake here at the end since we're all up late watching this shit. The old Frisco Coffee Bowl. Or the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. Whatever it is.
The only thing bad about an onside kick is if you don't get it, you put your defense in a position to give up a play, quickly and let them score. So I don't know.
I think 4 minutes, 17 seconds, 2 timeouts. I'd probably kick it deep.
Yeah, and hope that your defense can at least force a 3 and out real quick.
But I don't know. It's not a good spot to be in, having to rely on the defense after the day that they've had.
That's exactly right, Cruz. That's right. You don't want to. I don't know. I like the idea of an onside kick if you can get your guys down there and get your hands team on the field, but they have not proved to me that they're good in those types of situations over the past 2 years.
True. When's the last time we recovered an onside kick?
Oh God, it's hard to tell. Probably back in the Rich Rod era.
No, I can think of one in the Neil Brown era.
Can you?
Liberty Bowl against Army. We came out to start the second half and started with an onside kick, remember? And that kick started the comeback.
Yeah.
They switched to Austin Kendall, and they started with an onside kick that we recovered to start the second half. That's the only one I can think of in the Neil Brown era.
Yeah, the difference is, Sean, if you go for an onside kick, you're going to give them field position probably, in our territory versus if you go for a regular kick, most likely a touchback, you're going to give it to them on the 20 and have a lot more field to be able to play with if you're our defense, which, I mean, if you're our defense playing the way that they are, you want as much field as you possibly can get to be able to stop them.
West by God 304 says he wished Chad Scott was calling plays all. What do you think about the play calling in this game, Steven?
I don't like it. If I'm being completely honest, I do not like the play calling in this game. I think that more specifically, I guess, and in conjunction with is the decision making in total. Like, it's just, I don't know, kind of all over the place.
I think it's been a little bit of a mixed bag for me, but I do like some of the things that he's done as far as
some of them.
Going downfield a little bit more, seems like.
I like in the second half how they did adjust and they're trying to move more fast pace and keep the defense on their heels. I like that.
First quarter, it was rough, but since then, I think the play calling's been better. Oh, don't give that up.
All right. About the 29-yard line, it looked like.
Yep. So, here it is on the West Virginia defense, guys. Just over 4 minutes left. Can they get the stop?
I agree with you, man.
What defense? One more chance.
What defense? But that's exactly right. I mean, you put them. If you would have put the onside kick, you would have been that much closer. And chances of letting them score that much higher.
What I will say is if we do get the ball back, one thing that we do know is Garrett Green's excellent in 2-minute drill, excellent again in game scenarios. So I like our chances, but we got to get the stop first. First down for Memphis. They're going to run the football. Good job. Good job clogging the hole. Only give them up about 2, maybe 3.
I'm interested to see what we run more so on this drive. If we're going to go more man or more zone.
I would man up, load the box, stop the run.
I definitely load the box. I put 8 guys in that box.
So gave them 3, 2nd and 7 here. Memphis going 11 personnel. Letting the clock wind down here. We're down to 3.5 minutes. They'll motion the back out of the backfield, though. They're going to throw here. Nope, quarterback draw. And there goes Hennigan. He's going to get a first down.
Get a first down, a couple more yards.
Yep, that hurts there. That takes another minute or so off the clock at least.
Hey, you guys smell that? I smell a fumble.
Oh.
I smell a fumble about to happen.
I'm getting a whiff of that. Over here.
It's like super strong. I'm smelling it. I don't know what it could be.
3 minutes to go. 1st and 10. Memphis quarterback draw.
Fumbles smell a lot like interceptions. So
West Virginia outgaining Memphis. 502 total yards for WVU. 450 for Memphis. But WVU needs to stop here.
I don't know if you would have went for the onside. With the way their offense is doing, they would have already been in the red zone.
Good play. Fator Mamolba and Sean Martin, who have had good seasons and good final games here for the Mountaineers. Good careers. Great point. Right there, stopping at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Memphis. Will they have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning? I cannot quite tell. It's pretty close. I think that they won't. I think they can run this down to the 2-minute warning if they'd like. West Virginia, 2 timeouts. They're going to have to start using them if Memphis gets another first down. Yeah, that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Memphis coming out of the 2-minute warning.
I think West Virginia's due for a turnover here. I know that we haven't played much defense tonight, but if there's any time to be optimistic and manifest something into reality, I'm doing it now.
Oh, Gigi, you've played a hell of a final game, man, regardless. I got to give you your props right now. I give you your flowers in case you don't get a shot at that final drive.
Is Rich Wright offensive coordinator? God, I wish.
He will be.
I don't know. You got to believe. You got to believe that with as fast pace as the offense came out in the second half, that he was at least saying some stuff to him in the locker room at halftime. That's the first thing I got out of that. I was like,
hey, you never know. You never know. What the hell is the NBA Cup?
The NBA Cup. Oh, that's that in-season tournament thing they're doing now.
Oh, I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, they're trying to make NBA basketball relevant or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
it'll never be on the level of college basketball.
I was gonna say, good luck. I haven't watched an NBA game probably in almost getting close to a decade now. I bet.
Oh yeah.
Last one I remember watching.
Man.
I still like them, but I just ain't watched. Last game I remember watching was when LeBron blocked Iguodala and the Cavs won that championship.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's one of the last ones I remember watching.
I usually watch it come playoff time or so, but really, really into college basketball. But football is my sport, man. I always watch more football than anything.
Same, man. Same.
But I
mainly just college.
I'll tell you what, I get just as into WVU basketball as I do, and WVU baseball as I do WVU football. I could probably go to a WVU track meet and be the loudest one in that stadium.
I'd watch a track meet. I just ate Chipotle today. That shit was banging too.
For quality of game, Uber beats. I will say, like, the overall talent and overall quality of the game, yeah. But I don't know, man. There's just something about college basketball.
I just don't like pro sports. I just don't like pro sports in general. I think they're boring.
I get that. I've gotten more into them over the last decade or so.
Yeah, Uber Beats. I think that's how a lot of us are feeling, man. We're just ready. We're ready for the Rich Rod era. But at least it's been a fun conclusion to this game. We came back and made it close and made it a little bit interesting and exciting at the end. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, if you do win this bowl game, whether we do win or whether we lose, I think Hudson Clement is cementing his resume for potentially what he could do in this offense forward with Rich Rodriguez.
What a game for Huddy.
So, I mean, on different levels other than just the win-loss, I mean, there's a lot of positives to take from it. Let's see.
2nd and 10.
On defense, make a play.
Go back to Anderson. He's got room this time. He's gone.
He's gone. He's going to go. Oh.
Barely got him out right there, pushed him out, but it's a big game.
That
39.
That first down right there probably sealed the deal for me.
That may do it. West Virginia's got 2 timeouts. They can stop it twice here, but you're still going to be down under probably 60 seconds or so if you do get the ball back.
Yeah.
You had a shot right there, man. If you could have got that stop on that 2nd and 10, forced a 3rd and long, that was your chance. But instead, Anderson breaks a big one. Go back, hand off to Anderson. TJ Jackson in the backfield with a slew of others. They force the TFL this time. 2nd and 12. Do you burn the timeout now?
I hope not. I hope you kind of save your timeouts and potentially get them to a 3rd, 4th down situation.
They used one. 1 timeout left. 2nd and 12, 1:41 to go. First back-to-back 10-win seasons in Memphis history. Wow.
Yeah, I'll still stand by that. This Memphis team very much could have competed in the college football playoff this year. This is a good Memphis team.
Yeah, they are good.
They're a very good team. Let's just hope moving forward that we can have some bowl games that are in the daytime, not in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to be playing.
I don't understand why.
I'd like to be playing
a game
this
like this
weekend
is played at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's the only bowl game being played today. You could have played it at 6 or 7.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Comes the QB on the keeper.
We get through.
Got to make it about 3rd and 4. See if they burn the timeout now or save it. They're burning it. 1:39 to go. It's going to be a 3rd and 4. No timeout. So this play right here is essentially the ball game. 3rd and 5, they'll call it. Game will be on the line. And the sad thing about it is, guys, I mean, if we think about the season and we think about this play, I think we shouldn't get our hopes up because we're relying on the West Virginia defense to get a stop right here after the season that they've had. So just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
But with that being said, it's like Kevin Garnett said that one time. Anything is possible.
That's what I felt like when they announced the Rich Rod hire. It's like anything's possible. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. That meme from The Office.
I thought it was kind of cringy whenever they tried to recreate that. I love that the Boston Celtics won the championship, but
Jason Tatum.
That was a little bit cringy.
Come on, man, just like celebrate your own way. All right, here it is, guys. 3rd and 5. This is ball game.
Come on. Gonna try to get us a jump.
Hard count. We'll check with me on the sideline. Maybe adjust the play here. Play clock down under 10 seconds.
I don't like the pass coverage.
They're going to run it. Anderson, he cuts back. He meets Anthony Wilson.
It's going to be 4th down.
He stops him. But it's 4th and about 2. Memphis could go for this to win the game. If I was a coach, I would.
If you're Memphis' coach, you got to believe that you feel more confident going for it than you do kicking it here.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a long field goal. The field goal only puts you up 8. Still a touchdown, 2-point conversion. You go for this, you get it, the game's over. You don't, you try and get a stop. 4th and 3. Let's see what he does. It's going to be down to about 60 seconds here. He's probably going to call a timeout and think about it if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Let this play clock wind down.
Getting set. They're going to run this down.
And so we'll have 57 seconds, 56 seconds.
Yep.
56 seconds left in the game. Memphis takes a timeout.
Going to kick a field goal here.
Kicker's warming up like he's going to come out and kick it to try and put him up 8. If he makes it, I mean, that'd be big because you got 56 seconds, no timeouts for West Virginia.
West Virginia does have potential to block a field goal, though. I'm going to continue to say that, hopefully.
This would be the time you would want to see it. All right, shout out to the defense, though. You know, they got the little stop they needed to force this 4th down. Let's see if Memphis kicks it or brings the offense back out. They're going to kick it. Watch for the fake, obviously.
Yep.
So even if the field goal is good, you're going to have a chance, but you got no timeouts now.
It's going to be what, about a 42-yard field goal? 41?
What's he at? Yeah, see, 40, 46, 47? It's 50. 50-yarder.
In the distance field goal.
I am too. 50-yarder, so it's a 50-yard field goal. And he pushed it. He missed it.
He missed it.
A touchdown wins the game for West Virginia now, but there's 51 seconds to go and no timeouts. But West Virginia has a chance. Garrett Green legacy drive right here, maybe. We know he's done good with 2-minute drills and stuff in the past, but no timeouts in 51 seconds, and you got to get in the end zone. Let's see what happens here.
Let's get it, fellas. I said it earlier. If we get it down within a couple minutes or within a minute, and you put GG in a 2-minute drill, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I know, but I was hoping it would be a little bit more time, and I was hoping we'd have those timeouts, though. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Hey,
that's right. He's clutching those situations, too. He is. He's clutching those situations, baby. All right, 5 wide. Here we go. From our own 32. Got to go the distance here. Touchdown wins it.
Go to Huddy.
Big play to Hudson Clement to start it right away. Let's go.
They let an extra second run off that clock, it looked like.
And he gets out of bounds as well.
45 left on there.
Little comeback route. West Virginia's across midfield. 44 seconds to go. Down 5, 42-37. Hey, nothing else. We got a thrilling conclusion to the Frisco Bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
No doubt. Way to push it to the end.
West Virginia's up to the Memphis 46 now. 44 seconds to go. No timeouts. They'll remain in the 5 wide set. CJ is one of the wideouts, though. Quick hitter. Right to Hudson Clement again. 6 more yards, and he's out of bounds.
3-yard line. I guess 39.5 to be specific.
That 11 catches on the game for Hudson Clement, who already had a career high before. Now he's up to 11. 42-37. 2nd and 5. West Virginia is on the Memphis 41.
Best Frisco Bowl ever.
Best Frisco Bowl of all time.
It's shaking out.
I wasn't expecting to be sitting here on the edge of my seat and my heart beating right here at the end like this. All right. GG drops back.
Got time.
He's going to have to run.
Middle.
He didn't get the first. The clock's not going to stop. They're going to spike it. Got to spike it.
Come on.
It's 3rd down. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd down. You don't want to spike it. You got to go.
Yep, you got to go. They are going to go.
Picked.
Ball
game over. GG throws an interception. Oh, wait! The ball's knocked out! Did we get it back?
Did we get it back? I'm still running off the clock. That might be West Virginia ball.
West Virginia got the ball
Virginia
back.
football.
What is this game? Was that Preston Fox?
What is this game?
Preston Fox just saved the game. I believe that was Preston Fox that really knocked the ball out. He peanut punched the guy that intercepted it.
Somebody is playing this game on their freaking PS5 console right now, and we are seeing it as our reality. That's what I'm convinced. Oh, my good God.
What was that? I believe it was Preston Fox. Let's see a replay here. They got to show one.
And there's more time that needs to be put back on the clock. I think there was about 12 seconds.
Check the time and show us a replay.
A lot of stuff needs to be worked out. Come on, GG. You got to shake that off, GG. No doubt.
Here it is. Yep, it was Preston. Peanut Punch by Preston. Put that on a t-shirt. Preston Peanut Punch. Gave West Virginia another chance here because he never gave up on the play.
Oh, that was, I mean,
And
I'm
it was
talking.
just in time, too, because
a
that guy
gnat
was
hair
flying
from
to go
being
down,
down,
man. Just in time. What a play by Preston Fox. West Virginia's going to have a shot at a Hail Mary. They might try and do a quick hitter out of bounds and then a Hail Mary, but West Virginia's going to have a chance at a Hail Mary. Hey, it'd be fitting for this group of seniors to go out
Would
with
it
a Hail
not
Mary.
be so fitting?
Yeah, it would. It would.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, good job by Brandon Yates being Johnny on the spot to recover that as well. I mean, look how hard Preston punched that thing. That thing flew out like a rocket.
That's a fumble.
Clearly a fumble. Now you got to see where the recovery is and you got to see the time. Because we got to probably get at least, I'd say, 11 seconds.
I would say 11, yeah.
What? Wow, they said he was down. Wow. That's ball game, guys. That's incredible because I swear on the replay I just saw Preston punch the ball out before.
Clearly.
Down.
Very clearly.
That's a shitty way for it to end, man. I hate that GG goes out like that as well.
Absolutely atrocious call.
Hey, shout out to Chad Scott, though, man. He had the team fight until the end and everything. Shout out to Chad Scott, man. The team put up over 500 yards of offense in his first game calling plays. I think he earned himself an opportunity somewhere. He probably won't stay at West Virginia, I wouldn't suspect, but he definitely earns an opportunity. I like Chad Scott, and shout out to him. Memphis wins the Frisco Bowl 42-37, but man, looked like West Virginia should have had a shot at a Hail Mary there at the end, I swear. But what a crazy finish to this bowl game.
And West Virginia, unfortunately, falls to, 3 losing seasons in the past 4 years?
Yeah.
So let's
and it's only two winning seasons in the Neil Brown era, right? I think
that's a hard pill to swallow, man. I don't understand how you call that how you call him down there. I
don't think it's definitely didn't look like enough for me to reverse it. I don't know, but it is what it is, I guess. And the thing is, we shouldn't have thrown that pick right there for it to even be up for discussion there.
That's a very good point. Very good point. There's got to be better decision making there.
As Jared Houghton said, it's GG could have got that first down and then we wouldn't have been rushing right there, and that kind of what's led to the pick. Which I get that too. It sucks. It's a shitty ending.
Yeah, I think but some of that could have been attributed when they caught him down early, when he clearly had that first down earlier in the season. When he started his slide. I don't know. Maybe that was in the back of his mind when he did that. I don't know.
WV fan 13 said they're saying his shin was down, so maybe it was.
When is that part of it?
I was looking for the
knee or elbow.
Yeah, I was looking for the knees. Maybe the shin did hit. I was looking for the knees.
How does your shin hit before your knee?
I don't know. James Williams said it's Neil Brown's fault, to be honest.
It's Neil Brown's fault, to be honest.
Oh, man. Heartbreaking conclusion, but West Virginia finishes the season in 2024 6-7. But hey, positive part, it's on to a new era, guys. Rich Rod coming in and bring that hard edge mentality. And now it's time to, follow how that roster builds, who stays, who goes. That's what we'll be finding in the coming days. And of course, the staff, all that will be covered here on the CRW. So, if you watch this live with us, if you watch this on a playback after the fact, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe here to the channel for sure. But Steven, any final thoughts on this game or anything else, man?
Hey, man, I'm ready to hold the freaking rope.
I am ready to hold the rope, too.
I'm ready to hold the rope. I'm ready to spot the ball. I'm ready to strap it up. I'm ready to put some air in my helmet and put some more tape on my wrist. I'm ready to play with that freaking hard edge that we're looking for. I'm tired of suffering through this, man. I'm tired of suffering through this. We lost bowl games in the Rich Rod era. but it never felt like this. At least the ones we lost, it felt like it was to a team that, not that this all credit to the Memphis Tigers. That was a legitimate football team, but man, I'm ready to be competitive again.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm ready to be relevant again.
Well said. Hey, there's the coffee bath for the coach of Memphis there that he gets after the win there. But shout out to Hudson Clement. Hell of a game. I want to shout him out. But then, of course, just thanks to the seniors, man. Final game at WVU. They struggled at times in the Neil Brown era, but they always fought, always gave their all. So shout out to those guys. And, of course, they get to pass the baton now to the Rich Rod era, which we're all really excited about. Heartbreaking conclusion there. Shout out to Chad Scott as well. Came out and had the team fighting to the very end and put up over 500 yards of offense. And like I said, I think hopefully there'll be good things on the horizon for him and his future, especially that's his first game calling plays and gets to put on a performance like that. So I guess that's this positive I'm talking about. But the main positive now is it's on to the Rich Rod era, man. It's on to the Rich Rod era.
Hey, man, and also shout out to all you guys, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, watching the game with us. I think me and Cruz started this earlier this season. We've been doing this show for, what is our 7th season? Doing this?
Yeah.
7 seasons now, and earlier this year we decided we was going to do some watch-along streams as an experiment, and we didn't really know how it was going to go. And I think we said if we lost that game, we wasn't going to do this anymore. We did lose that game, and the stream went so daggone well, we decided to keep on doing it, and we've just enjoyed hanging out with you guys every game.
Yeah, we did it for like I think 8 of the 12 or 8 of the 13 or is 8 or 9 of the 13 games this year, I think, something like that.
We did it for all the away games because me and Cruz we're going to be in the stands for all the home games, for any games we get a chance to go to, and a lot of times we'll choose an away game to go to
as well,
one per season. But for the most part, man, when we're not in the stadium, we're trying to be here with you guys and hang out with y'all.
Yep,
it's the funnest way to do game days is to hang out with the rest of Mountaineer Nation.
Yep, I agree, man. We'll keep it going next year because we, like Steven said, we had a lot of fun doing them this year. So watch parties will return, and next year we'll get to have fun watching the Rich Rod offense again to talk about that. And should be a lot more fun and a lot more wins coming in 2025. So that'll be even better. But
absolutely, man. Let's not forget about the basketball team, man. We still got a good season ahead of us there. Let's hope for the best for Tucker DeVries specifically. But for this whole team, man, sky's the limit. I think with what Darren DeVries has been able to do in a very short amount of time has been very commendable, and more specifically with Ren Baker, man, hit it out of the park with everything he's done so far. So,
yeah, true that, man. True that. Let's do that, and then let's get ready to hold the rope and spot the ball after that, because now it's about to be Rich Rod time. The next time we're covering a WVU football game, Steven, the next preview episode we do for a WVU football game, Rich Rod will be the head man in charge. It'll be a lot of fun for that. So we're excited, despite the fact, losing this Frisco Bowl, thanks to the seniors in 2024, and still enjoyed covering the season, getting to chat with you guys. And we're excited to come back and do it again next year for what will be the 8th season of, the Country Roads webcast. But we'll still come back with a review and reaction podcast, and we'll do a season review podcast as well at some point. So stay for those for the near future. But it's pretty much all I got, man. Steven, you got anything else?
No, man. Appreciate all you guys. Can't wait till next season. We'll be back for more streams throughout the off season. So stay with us, man. Stay tuned.
For sure. Credit to Memphis. Thanks to the seniors. Now it's on to the Rich Rod era. We can't wait. Hold the rope. Spot the ball. For Steven, I'm Jordan. As always, until next time, let's go Mountaineers.